You're being joined here today by a multi-millionaire, 6 supercar driving, Mediterranean Lebanese menace, and we also have Hassan in the studio. Jokes aside, we got the RNL boys, reecethebrah here, notorious Twitter degen, closingusd. We call him Tom. Everybody knows Hassan. If you aren't Twitter, if you follow us, you know Hassan, MrOverpaid. We're going to kick it off today talking about what we just finished seeing, right? AJ versus Ngannou. That monster. Everybody thought Ngannou was going to win because he did well against Fury, I guess, but he's not a boxer.
Yeah, it was a tough watch. To be honest, I thought AJ was going to get slapped. He kind of looked a bit, shook going in. Mentally, I don't think he's as strong as a lot of the guys in the top, like Usyk, for example, or Fury. AJ seems a bit fimble in that sense, but yeah, he fucking slapped the shit out of Ngannou today anyway.
Yeah, and that just goes to show it's like preparation. We talk about preparation a lot because a lot of people like to pretend like they can do the things that we can do. They're just like, oh, look, I'm a boxer. They post a sparring clip on Twitter, and it's just them throwing. It's like, bro, you don't actually box, right? You're going up.
We need to make a rule. Unless you've actually fought, you can't talk about boxing on Twitter. Or unless you've shown your face, you can't talk about physiognomy. Too many people talking about physiognomy, they're fucking anons. And unless you've actually done some shit in your life, you can't talk about Alexander the Great because that shit is just fucking cringe. Just legitimately cringe. I see an Alexander the Great fucking post every fucking second day on the timeline. It's all the same shit.
Always anon people.
From a guy in his bedroom.
Every time.
Yeah, from some skinny fat fuck in his bedroom.
You're also not allowed to say that $10K a month is nothing when you just sold your first Gumroad PDF.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should move on to the topic of top 5 worst things off Twitter. I'll go first. Anon people, no profile picture. That's one. You.
Oh, fuck.
Romanians.
Nah, there are some good Romanians.
I'm just kidding. I love Romanians. OnlyFans
OnlyFans
managers. I'll say OnlyFans managers.
Yeah, for real though, they need to tidy up the porn on Twitter. It's a fucking issue. Like they can, target all these words and they can censor and they can censor fucking but they can't get rid of porn. Like, come on. They want that shit on there.
Yeah.
They want that. They want it on there.
Twitter's like changing their algorithm so that the more time you spend on the post, the more it pushes. Before it was like likes, retweets. That would be what pushes the post. Now it's about how much time someone spends on the whole tweet. But the problem is now is on the comments, on the replies, there's all those porn links, OnlyFans links. If some of these simps are like scrolling through and they're reading all these simpy replies, all these Pornhub links, blah, 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 more time on the post, it goes more viral. So the OnlyFans stuff, in theory, should spread even more if Elon doesn't change the algo and stuff.
That makes a lot of sense because I'm sure everybody saw the giant post that I just did the other day, and I had multiple people come to me and said that they scrolled through the comments for like 20 minutes.
Reece, get that up.
Bro, that was... Yeah. I might repost... I was thinking about reposting it.
You have so many Hall of Fame tweets. This is up there, bro. You know how to get into the fucking mind of an NPC and just piss them off.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up and read it.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
To give some context, Reece is such an inflammatory writer. He can make anything make you mad. Doesn't matter. Sometimes I'll have an idea, and it's a great idea, but I'll just pass my phone to Reece, and he'll write it. And there'll be 30 people trying to burn my house down in the morning. Literally like that.
So, for context, I spun this up. I did not think this was a controversial post. I thought there'd be like 10 people in the comments like, yeah, bro, you're right. Instead, we got 2.2 million views, 1.2 thousand QTs. It's a fucking war zone. Good office job, making 80K a year. Married to your first girlfriend. Take the dog for a walk every morning. Game nights with friends on Friday night. Missionary in the dark on Saturdays. Bottle of wine and a movie with your girl as a treat. How the fuck can you live like this?
It was actually perfectly written. Like I read it back a few times.
Missionary in the dark on Saturdays wins it for me.
And when you said like the glass of wine or something with your girl as a treat, like everyone's going to be the normal people are going to be sat there thinking, that is a treat. Because I saw the comments, they're like, that sounds like the perfect life. Yeah. And for a while, I was like reading all these comments, guys. And for a minute, I was like, are we crazy? I was like, no, we're not the crazy ones. They're the crazy ones. How is that good?
Bro, it shocks me every single time that I break into like normie Twitter, how fucking far away we are mentally. We're on a different planet.
Going back to that point of the whole 10K a month thing, it's like on this side of Twitter and on YouTube finance and all this stuff, people are like 10K is nothing. I mean, I guess we're all kind of part of that problem. We kind of push that whole... I mean, mainly me, actually. You guys are more...
We don't really talk about money that much.
Yeah, not so much, actually, to be fair to you guys. But maybe I'm part of that problem. But then I always say in my actual longer form content, my YouTube, my Telegram, that it's fucking hard. Like, I've slept like 1 hour. It's now 10:16 in the morning.
Shit up at like 5 a.m.
We're up late filming a YouTube video. It's been a long night. I haven't slept now here doing a 3-hour podcast. Like, it's fucking hard to get
Yeah.
to the top, man.
Thing is, if you couldn't do 80K a month with a girlfriend and a dog, by the time you're 19 years old, you're never going to make it anyway. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And I want to say this because Hassan was saying this earlier. It's like the algorithm is genuinely not, it's a numbers game. It's genuinely, if you type the right things and hit the right buttons, it will go viral 10 out
Should we
of
prove
10
it?
times.
Watch. Reece, do you give me permission to repost that same tweet?
Yeah.
Because I actually was thinking of doing that because I'm sure he wouldn't have minded.
Let's go.
I'll post this tweet and it will get... That can't get me banned, can it?
Yeah, it's completely unbannable.
Yeah.
Okay, but where is that
Reece
tweet?
tells you it's unbannable. Maybe just under...
Run it past me. Run it past me.
No, this is unbannable.
I've only been banned twice, guys. All right, it's
All
not
right,
that big of
boys.
a deal.
Okay, I've posted it. In about an hour into this podcast, I'm sure that's going to be already pretty viral.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's a code. An algorithm is a code.
100%.
So,
You
But
can turn the
Reece-
knobs and dials.
Why do you think it pisses off the normie brain so much?
Here's exactly why that one in particular pissed them off. Because they're reading it, first line, second line, fourth line. They're like, wow, I wish that was me. They're thinking, wow, you know, I'm jealous of this guy because he's bragging about the life he has. Then they get to the last line. They're like, this guy's a dickhead.
yeah.
And then they go to the comments.
That's completely the reason. And I also think it's because he said like 80K. He didn't say 50K. He didn't say 60K. It was 80. Like 80 is like that classic.
Just in there.
Just in there. And then like wine with your girl on a Saturday night. Like that's actually a lot of people's, you know, it's just enough.
But like I can say that I've objectively done that. Like I've never had a dog or whatever, taken dog for a fucking walk. But like I've objectively lived that cushy corporate life where you're just getting paid enough, where you're not broke. You can still, you know, do like relatively what you want to do. But you're still like fucking lock and bolt to like the man, right? You're still answering to someone. You still have to watch what you say online.
Yeah.
You know, being told by some Karen what you can and can't do. So it's like having done that and now having done the life where it's like I kind of just like live whatever the fuck I want. Like we make money every single fucking day. We're making multiple racks a day. We can literally, if we wanted to next week, we could go to fucking South America and run up South America for a couple
100%.
months. Like that, and I could bring my girlfriend as well. Like once you live both, like it makes sense which one you prefer. But I do think it's a personality, you know, thing. A lot of people prefer the security. Personally, I don't. I would rather just be doing my own thing with freedom than having, you know, security in my life.
But it's not even security. It's an illusion of security.
Well, that is true, yeah.
Because it's 80K a year, but you could get fired at any moment and you've got no skills to fall back on. And two, inflation keeps going up every year and it's higher than they actually say it is. So in reality, it might be 10, 15%, but they say it's like 4%. So the 80K is actually diminishing in power every single year, purchasing power. That's not security to me, so it's a fake illusion of security.
When I was 18 or 19, that was the COVID time. Everybody lost their job. I was still running like a trading group, and they were all looking at me like I was taking a risk. It's like, bro, you're not making any money right now.
Right.
The government's paying you money. And I have my own hustle going on, and I'm supposed to be doing the risky thing. But I'm like, it looks like your job's a lot more riskier than mine. Because if they cut you off, now your kids can't eat, your mom can't eat, nobody, and you have no control of your actual income. It's a crazy life to live, to be honest.
How do people not see it? Like, is it genetic? I think we touched on this in the last podcast. Do you think it's we're genetically, God gave us this gift of like, we do see things a bit differently? It's not necessarily intelligence, but just something different. Or is it really just environment and...
I think a lot
The
of
big
it's genetic.
difference is it's a fundamental worldview shift, because one thing I kept seeing in those comments that was just so confusing to me is people were like, yeah, but that's a comfortable life. So it's the difference between people who see the ideal life as comfortable versus people who see the ideal life as uncomfortable and risky. It's a fundamental worldview difference.
But like Pia said, I don't see this life as risky. I see this life as the only option, the only choice.
Yeah.
Because the other choice is way more risky. What about if you're in a relationship for a few years, now you lost your job, and now there's that stress. There might be a divorce going on, you're going to lose control over the kids, you got no income, you feel like shit, you got no skills to fall back on. Like, that's more risky for me.
100%.
It's crazy.
I'm willing to say if you're between the age of 16 and 22, literally take every risk that you can think of right now. Because if you don't, then you'll eventually have kid, wife, somebody, and you won't be able to do it later. You have that bubble where you can act and do whatever, act stupid, wake up, don't sleep, do whatever, X, Y, Z, and make money and risk it all, and that goes away.
You have unlimited energy when you're like what, like 19 to like 25, not even like 24. Once you get to 25, in my opinion, it kind of starts dipping. So I've just turned 27, and even I'm noticing now, like energy's a little bit, you know, which is why I'm supplementing Saber, and that's, you know, that's doing wonders. But 100% when you're like 21, 22, 23, you're invincible. And that's when you need to take the most risk.
And it's
because that's
distasteful.
not that state forever.
It's ugly too, distasteful when I see like a 36-year-old. I was like, oh, I regret wasting my 20s, and now he's like doing whatever, and then he makes it, and he's 38 years old in the club or something. It's like, bruv, you should have did this 10, 12 years ago, but you were scared.
Every moment in your life, there's like a chapter and a season for it.
100%.
You know, so it's like, no one likes seeing the guy in Bali in these clubs who's 47 clubbing. It just looks weird. You know, it's like every age has its moment. And I always say this, I'm only going to be 24 once. You're only going to be 27 once.
Yep.
And then the next year happens, and it's like, you have to make the most of each age. Because once it's gone, it's gone. I think people think that you're going to live again. Like, you're literally not.
What do you think is the peak for a man? There's a lot of like talk on this.
35.
None of us have made it there, so it's hard to tell.
I'm willing to bet 35. When you say peak, I think you like athletic performance, mental performance, when it all kind of crosses together.
Network, finance.
Yeah, I think it's 35.
Assets,
35.
I think in the holy books, like I know in the Quran they say this, it's like 33. And Khabib was saying in MMA it's 32. It's when like your physical and mentality cross, like you were saying, the experience. I think it might be, but then as a man, you're financially going to probably be doing better at 37 than 33. So maybe a little bit older, but also because of online money nowadays, the young guys have more of a chance of making it at a younger age. So I'd say, yeah, probably 33, maybe a younger age.
Which happens to be the age where Jesus Christ was crucified at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
It
past that.
signifies a number of completion. So, yeah. And then the thing is, you can do absolutely anything. Like, we launched Saber. It's been 1 month, maybe. A little bit
Sold
over
out
a month.
already.
Sold out already. Bro, we do this purely because of Twitter. Have you ever seen a company get launched on Twitter? Let's say a supplement, physical product company. If you have, it hasn't been as successful as Saber. And the thing is, the reason why I want to touch on that is because there is no rule book, and we did it anyway. So don't be afraid to literally just try to carve out your path. It could be out of nothing. Just literally do it. If you have a group of 10 people, anything is possible. And that's what we are, RNL, right? So hopefully that inspires at least one person.
100%. It's so true. The thing is, I always say this, the best way to meet people are through online communities or through Twitter, or just through social media in general. Like, you guys met through Twitter. All my close friends I met through my private group, New Money. It's like the only way to meet people quickly is through online. Because when you meet someone in real life, you have to like spend ages getting to know them back and forth. Maybe you go to a shisha lounge a few times in a row, talk back and forth. Whereas we've met only a couple times, all of us, but I feel like we already know each other because we've been following each other on Twitter so long.
You skip a lot of the bullshit.
You skip all the bullshit.
Skip the bullshit.
So you know if you're going to like that person or not. It's just easy.
And it clicks right away. You either know it or you don't. Like, we sank $50K into investments before we even met each other.
That's sick.
Yeah, I think I hadn't even hopped on a call with Tom yet. No. And we were already like 5-figure investments in deep and just like risking it, figuring it out later.
Yeah.
And
Heroic commission.
100%. Yeah. There's another person that we haven't met in RNL who's done way more than that. I'm not even going to list the number because I don't want to disclose his private information. We're not even meeting. We meet him next week. It's like, you either know or you don't.
And I also think with snaking and betraying, because people always talk about betrayal as it's like a common theme, I think, on this side of the internet. You know, people are always talking about, oh, this friend from school betrayed me and all this stuff. It's like, I've never been betrayed. And I think it's just because if you're a stand-up person, you're a real person, you say it how it is, people respect you for that. And I don't often think people in life betray each other. I think it's more so a case of you just go different paths. People are always like, they love to jerk off over this idea of like strangers will betray you. Yeah. Be careful. You know, I think Scarface and The Godfather were like some governmental psyops to make people like not trust anyone. You know, Scarface. Like,
I actually only just watched that the other day.
Yeah.
Really? Banger movie.
Best movie ever.
Fucking banger.
But you know how like the theme in Scarface, like don't trust anyone. Manny, his best friend, was like sleeping with his sister, was it? Yeah. And it's like, don't trust anyone. You got to watch your back and all this stuff. I'm sure these are like big psyops. But in general, in day-to-day life, like, people don't snake each other as much as you think. Just trust each other. As long as you have the same interest, your interests align, why would you snake each other? Like, why would you snake Reece and vice versa when your interests align anyway?
I actually already snaked Reece. I'm just kidding.
Well, the thing is, if everyone in your life is snaking you and betraying you and going behind your back, you need to look at who the common denominator in the situation is. It means you're the fucking problem.
Yeah.
So true.
100%. And it's the same old excuse, right? I would have did this, but this person got in the way. I would have did that, but this person got in the way. You have to understand that if somebody is not successful and they're giving you a reason, that reason, doesn't matter what it is, it's an excuse. I'm willing to say, it doesn't matter if your mom died, it doesn't matter if whatever happened. It could be the worst thing ever. But if you have a reason, oh, I would have made it, but you made an excuse. You made an excuse, bro. Nobody cares at the end of the day what happened to you.
And the excuse could be valid.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. They're like, no, but this actually happened. Like, we believe you. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. Like, my dad passed away 7 years ago in my final year of school. Like, it obviously sucks, but it's like, if I said now, 7 years later, like, oh, by the way, it's still hard for me to focus on my...
Do you think that helps you get to where you are? Your dad passed away?
100%. Because I remember just... Yeah, like I just had to become man of the house. I think it's like an African proverb that basically says a man isn't a man until his dad passes away. Yeah. I think it is true, especially because I have a younger brother. Like, I see myself Not as like my brother's dad. It was only the age gap's only a year and a half. But I definitely feel responsible for him. I used to always tell him like work hard in school, because back then that was all I knew. I didn't know business.
How do you involve your younger brother in the operations?
So now he helps run the door-to-door sales team. He helps run the crypto, and he helps me with new money as well. He does all the intro calls. He does all the he helps a lot basically in the group.
Yeah.
Those 3 things.
Love that, bro. We
You're
do
kind
a
of
lot
the same, actually.
Yeah.
Do you have a brother?
Yeah, I do have a brother. So my
How old
mom
is
raised
he?
me by herself. We went through a lot of things. We were poor for a long time. And I essentially did raise my brother. Literally everything. And he does, as a result of that, he does whatever I say. He's 5 years younger than me. And he's so ahead because he just does everything I do 5 years older. And to go off the point too, my brother oversees fulfillment for Saber.
Yeah.
He does a great job. If somebody orders, they'll get shipped that day. And I'm willing to say that on camera because I know for a fact. And if they don't, the post office is closed. Or if they don't, it's a holiday. That's literally it. And
Your brother's a machine, bro.
yeah, absolutely.
Shout out
machine.
George.
He'll take a picture of the units sitting. He'll be sitting on top like just a bundle of units surrounded, buried in them, and then he'll just take them all, take them to the post office every single day.
We got your Saber from Texas to Dubai in what, 48
Yeah,
hours?
yeah. I ordered a big batch, 15 bottles. Came very quick.
Phone call, George, bro, Hassan, da-da-da-da-da. We sent you actually more than 15. We sent you 18 because there was a chance one of them wouldn't make it. And he was like, all right, got it. Boom, sent it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that kid.
No, super good. And also, that's actually a good point about the whole brother thing, because that's actually, so the mistake I made kind of on the come up was I was basically just telling my brother, work hard. But it wasn't like clear what I wanted him to do. Yeah. And what I realized on the come up is, if you want to kind of be a leader and tell people what to do, you have to actually say, okay, do this. Like, package these orders and send them. Like, give him an actual task, because then he can do it. You can't just expect him to think of some genius idea when you or me, ourselves, we didn't know any idea.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
If you have an 8-figure idea, you may as well keep it all in-house.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of him like running resources over there, you running resources over here? You might as well just keep them together and just run that shit up and max it.
100%.
Yeah, and it's kind of like if you give someone advice, even if it's your brother, at the back of their mind, what I've realized is they're kind of sat there thinking, if it was so easy, motherfucker, you should do it. So it's like, it's better to just say, okay, do this, and as you start getting results, otherwise they're not going to trust your words. Like if Reece kept saying to you, Pierre, you have to do this idea, it's the best idea ever, blah, 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 because that's what I sounded like to my friends from school and uni. I was always trying to convince them. But it's like, if I was so confident and right, why don't I just go do it?
Yeah.
But it's because our heart is so big and good that we try and help people, but normal people can't fathom it because...
Yeah, 100%. And that goes
hard to
up another
explain.
point. Like, if you're a leader, and a leader of anything could be just your little brother, could be your entire private network group, New Money, could be all the people that follow us, RNL. People are going to copy you, whether you do good or bad. So growing up, I didn't always do good things. I was doing some sick shit at some point growing up, right? Obviously, you have a hard time, single mother. I'm doing my own thing a lot of the time. I'm like, I never let my brother see me doing certain things till he got to a certain age. Because I couldn't even have that conversation with him. Hey, George, this is bad. Okay, but you're doing it. He just would have did it right. He copied everything I did. And it goes to show how many people actually copy us, bro. We have copycats in everything. Our business, we have copycats in the way we tweet. Bro, Reece invented a style of posting on Twitter. Parenthetical post. If you ever see somebody post on Twitter with the parentheses and it's like an exaggerated story going line by line, I want you to know Reece invented that.
If you see anybody say brackets redacted, I also invented that, by the way.
Reece invented redacting things.
No, that's a great point about being an example, because I kind of fucked up because I'm the oldest of 6, so I've got a bunch of little siblings.
What the fuck?
Yeah, my mom's a legend. My next oldest brother is 21, and I was not a great example for him when I was, 16, 17, 18, 19. I was a terrible example. I led him down some paths that he probably shouldn't have been at. So now I've had to show him through my own actions how to do better and how to come out of that. And it would have been a lot better off if I would have just been a better example from the start, instead of having to start from way over here and then show him what's possible.
Reece, so obviously you were homeschooled, which I think is pretty base. I mean, if I have kids, I'm probably just going to find similar people like yourselves who have kids, and then maybe just put them in the same fucking room, and that will be their schooling. If I was living in America, not a fucking hope am I sending them to school. But looking back in it, do you think it was like a good thing for you, or like were you kind of like a little autist for a period in your life? Like, how did it go?
Look, like everything, there's massive pros and cons, right? When I was 18, 19, I was coming out of being homeschooled, transitioning into the real world, had my first job. And I was mad at my parents for a little bit because I came out with zero fucking social skills. Like, if you guys met me when I was 18, 19, straight up.
How old are you now?
24.
How are you, Pete?
23.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was a straight up autist. Like, I put in a year of hard work just to get my social skills to the point of a normal person.
How? What did you do to...
So I got my first job, and I literally just told myself, I'm going to speak to everybody as much as I possibly can until I learn social cues. Like, because I was weird, bro. Like, people would, I'd have a conversation with someone, and I could tell that they thought I was weird.
Noticeably weird.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just went through. I was like, I'm gonna get invited to every party I can. I'm gonna go out and do every fucking social activity I possibly can until I'm normal.
That's smart to think that, because
Yeah.
most people who are bad at something, they won't go and do that.
Yeah.
But it's funny he said that. It's like, what did he say? Experience, reps. That's all
That's
he
a sign
did.
of high IQ as well, having
course.
self-awareness.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
be like, okay, I am an autistic cunt. I need to get fucking working on myself.
One of the massive pros, to finish the homeschool discussion real quick, one of the massive pros that I've seen in my life is that I think a lot of people who go to school, they kind of get put into a box when they're young, right? They join this clique in elementary school and they end up kind of just going on that trajectory, right? Whereas I had the freedom to explore a lot of different things, right? I had a lot of different interests, a lot of different hobbies. I was free to become my own man without the social pressures of other people keeping me in their clique as a teenager, if that makes sense.
Real quick to segue. What's your most controversial idea?
It's a controversial idea.
We'll
The
go-
thing is, I feel like none of my ideas are controversial, but apparently they are. You know, I think all my ideas are pretty normal.
I'll go up and down the line. Women shouldn't vote. There should be a fat people tax.
There definitely should be a fat people tax.
Definitely. Yeah.
100%. I said this on Twitter once. People were calling me crazy. I said, if you're fat, you should pay double for an airline seat.
Fact.
Yeah.
Because you take up more than one seat.
Fact.
So why should the person sitting here have to suffer for your fat ass over here?
100%.
You should absolutely pay 2 seats. It's like, you know, Eddie Hall, the former world's strongest man.
Yeah.
Like, he was sitting in an economy seat one time and he was completely like, let's say this is a seat, his like arm was like halfway through this person's seat. Like, he should pay for 2 seats.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous. That, I guess. Another thing is just something simple like women shouldn't focus on their careers. That's seen as controversial.
Yeah.
They should focus on actually getting a good
I
man.
think women are like starting to wake up a small bit on TikTok anyway. You're seeing them coming out with these videos being like, holy shit, we were just like sold a scam. Like they're now realizing that like it was brought in, feminism was brought in to double the fucking, you know, number of taxpayers, etc.
It's the pendulum, right?
And also
Things.
like you're looking at, you know, female boss babes in the workplace and they're earning and whatever, but it's also like the rise in, you know, antidepressant sales, etc. is like extremely correlated to that.
Yeah.
Like they've never been more depressed. They've never been more lonely. And now there's like, I think some statistic, it was like something like fucking 9 in 10 like females by the age of like 20, 30 are going to be like single and like alone and like with cats and shit. Or
The
like some
younger
crazy
girls
stuff.
now, they're seeing the first wave of
Yeah.
the boss babes from the 80s, 90s. They're seeing the first wave start to hit their 50s
Yeah.
and their 60s. They're not married. They have no kids. They're depressed. They have 18 cats and they're taking fucking Xanaxes all day.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a sensitive topic to me because my mom raised me by herself and I saw her hold down 2 or 3 jobs and she did it well, and I can confirm nobody else does it well. That's why everybody ends up being a loser or goes to jail or being a serial killer or something. And nobody wants to do that. I promise you. You think you want to do that till you start doing that and then you realize, wow, being an independent woman is the dumbest shit I've ever done in my entire life. Genuinely.
Bro, women aren't built to be by themselves. So like I said, my dad passed away 7 years ago. I come from a Muslim household, so my mum like will never remarry. She's never even spoken to someone in the last 7 years in terms of like a man. She's never gonna go on a date, whatever. And like I look at my mum and like she's not supposed to be by herself. Like she just
Yeah.
useless. I mean that with all due respect to my mum, because she like women just get scared of things easily. She's like more worried about everything. If my dad was there at the house, I could just send him 50,000, go on this crazy holiday. But like even if I send my money, even if I send my mum money now, she'll worry like, oh no, you can't send such a big amount of money to my bank. Like she'll worry about everything.
Yeah.
Like women by themselves, it's just not meant to be. There's a reason why we've evolved to be man and woman.
But I will say one thing, it's
crazy.
like, to be fair, I feel like a lot of them, like no woman wants to be lonely if they're gonna, you know, be truthful.
Or a man,
right?
I don't think. to be
Yeah,
honest.
like we're naturally
We all-
programmed to be together and, you know, build a family, etc. So, which is also why it's like if you're like, you know, starting seeing things with a girl and she doesn't want to have kids, that's a red flag out the gate. Like structurally up top, she's fucking wired differently.
Did
She
you
doesn't
boys-
want to have
she's
kids.
wrong, yeah.
She's
Did you boys see that Seth Rogen thing where he said that he's like 43-year-old dude? The
I
actor.
saw that with the fucking
Bro,
joke.
he said that it's great that we don't have kids. My wife and I wake up on Saturday mornings and we just sit there, smoke weed, and sit there naked. And like, you're 43,
That's
bro. You
society.
should have done that at 18, like
That's
we were just
society.
saying. People miss the seasons
But also,
of their
what's
life.
his name? Seth.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Sounds very.
Look at
yeah,
that guy's physiognomy.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought that word was physiognomy or something.
Fizzy. Who the fuck knows?
Everybody
Bro,
says
Fizzy,
it,
whatever the fuck.
Fizzy, bro. NOMMY.
But it's true. Like if you don't want kids and you're in your 40s, it is weird.
But I think going back to my point, just circling back a small bit, like if they're honest, like they do actually want the guy, but there's such a shortage of good guys as well. So ultimately, it's like our fault in the end. And then you've got girls living in cities like London, etc. Like I've experienced this. I've seen this. Like, they're going out 3 nights a week. You know, they're drinking 3 nights a week. They're hoping to find a guy, so they genuinely do have good intentions. Like they want to find a guy, but in the process, they're racking up a fucking crazy body count because
It's
there's
not,
just.
it's,
because
I
there's
really
just
don't
not-
believe it's women's fault. Like I'm
Yeah, I
not,
don't
we're not
think-
blaming
yeah,
women.
I genuinely
And
believe there's so many shit munchers. They're just actually going out and
I
work.
completely agree. It's actually harder to be women in that sense because at least with us, the ones who are like us who are smart, we understand it's all in our control. And I think we've got it best, truthfully, in society. But the women there's a lot of good women out there. It's just, you said it perfectly. I actually kind of feel not bad for them, but because that's just what life is. But it is difficult.
There's like
But
80%
is
of
it
them
even
going for
men's fault?
1%.
I guess it is men's fault, but at the same time, it's it's just like the system does create this intentionally. So it's just like, if you're watching this right now at home, understand that the system wants men and women to kind of be apart. They want to break up the family unit. It's all done intentionally. So whether you're a woman watching this or a man watching this, understand that the game is against us. Like the rules are written against you, but you can make the best move on the chessboard and you can figure it out.
The thing is, it's up to men to fix it for sure.
Yeah.
But then you'll also have women saying, "Oh, but how were men 50 years ago, 60 years ago? Like they'll put their jacket over the puddle so you could cross over." Yeah, but also if dinner wasn't made, he'd come home and give you a right hook from hell and knock you the fuck out. So there was different.
But also 50 years ago, a guy
minuses.
could literally just be working in like a train station or wherever the fuck, and he come
Right.
home and he could still raise a family. Whereas
Yeah.
like now, that guy's got to run up fucking 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking jobs just to fucking pay for food. Just to
100%.
like things are just getting crazy, especially in America.
And then the
Inflation.
woman's not going to respect her man as much because she's thinking, oh, these guys on Instagram, they can provide a nice life. They're traveling to Bali. They're
Oh, look at
traveling.
this guy Hassan. He's got 6 fucking supercars.
No, like it's genuinely.
You're part of the you're part of the problem, bro.
Yeah, no, it's genuinely,
damn,
it's
son.
genuinely fucked up because I think to myself, like, these dudes who are actually working all these normal jobs, they're the ones who make society run, and like their wife or
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Sean Strickland always talks about this. He says so fucked. He's like, bro, I do nothing. I just get in a fucking ring and just beat people up. He's just like, there are legitimate guys out there actually making the place fucking spin. Like they're the guys that are the real heroes. Like to be fair, like Sean Strickland, he's pretty level-headed in that sense. He fucking hates streamers and influencers, which is kind of why I think he was like beating the fucking brakes off Sneeko. But in Sneeko's defense, he's not even a YouTuber. He's banned on YouTube. If anything, Sean Strickland's a YouTuber. Like Sean Strickland's on YouTube. Sneeko's not because he was speaking the truth about Zionism, this and that. Like Sneeko has backbone. I think you need to put some respect on Sneeko's name. To be fair,
100%.
Sneeko has made a good change and is continuing to make good changes as time goes on.
he's lost out on a lot of sponsorship deals from speaking what he's like spoken on, etc. To lump him in with some guy like fucking, I don't even know, Aiden Ross or whatever the fuck his name is, I think it's a little bit disingenuous.
I'm not sure if Aiden Ross would even see this, but I mean, what Aiden Ross is drinking lean and banging hookers on the internet and gambling $2 billion and getting a kickback from the company. And it's like, I'll keep it at that. Try to keep diplomacy for the future, but
Yeah,
it's no comparison.
But I feel like even just like kids like watching those streamers, they're literally just like watching fucking 12 hours a day of some guy going around just this and that, and like they're promoting OnlyFans girls. It's just like the state, like the current like state of affairs for like a young guy that's like 11, 12, 13 is horrendous. Like the people that they're looking up at. Like I'm glad in the sense that like I kind of grew up in that like generation where we still actually didn't have internet. Like it's still really like there was internet obviously, but like it wasn't really like a common thing to have like Wi-Fi in your house, for example. So like when I was like up until like 11, 12, I was still just knocking on my friend's door being like, are you coming out today with a soccer ball in my hand? That was like me growing up. Whereas like guys growing up now, it's just a fucking landmine, bro. Like if I had a kid now, I need to make sure I know what the fuck he's watching. So he's watching some guy like Aiden Ross fucking doing all this sus shit he's doing. I'd fucking right hook him.
My kid's not getting a phone until he's like 14, 15. I don't care. I'll raise him in the forest. I genuinely don't care. My generation, I think, me and Hassan, believe, are the same age, 23, 24, was literally the last generation because I remember the smartphones rolling out. Like I remember them rolling out. Like 7th grade, 8th grade, I was like, all right, now everybody has a phone. It's just like, boom, life is different.
Yeah.
So before that, we were still going outside, talking to people, socializing.
Touching
now,
grass.
bro, in Texas, there's a park on every corner. They're always empty every time. Every time you pass the park, it's empty. You might see one family there, one family in the park. It's like, bro, I remember being at this park with 100 kids.
Yeah.
Insanity.
You literally like go out, if it's like a Saturday, whatever, you go out on your bike and you might come back literally at 7 just to like check in with your mom, just to let her know you're not dead, and then head back out again.
Yeah.
Like you're just like out.
Yeah, so I think it's the guys who are like 21 now. That age and below is just fucked.
Yeah.
It's like we're 24, 23. I think the 21-year-olds or even 22-year-olds, from there and below, it's fucked.
And you'll see it on Twitter, bro. You'll see it on Twitter. People will put their age in their bio, right? It'd be the dumbest tweet I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm like, there's no way. Please tell me. And I'll click this kid's bio. He's like 15 years old, just graduated from redacted group. I'm like, oh, yeah, this kid, he's watching fucking TikTok all day, so obviously he tweeted this stupid shit, right? You see that every time.
I forget like how many young people there are on social media. Like for me, because I try not to consume too much. I forget that the average person who comments bullshit on our tweets, like the guy who hates, they're not even a real human. They're like
12 years old.
bro. They're like on Twitter. I think it's a bit older, but yeah, they're like literally 16, 17. They live in wherever.
Michigan.
They live in Michigan.
Bro, I'm thinking of that one kid, bro. I'm not gonna bring up his name. I'm thinking of that one kid that just comments. You know exactly who I am. It'll be like, bro, we built up Saber hype for months. I'm talking about months, and then we finally dropped the formula, and it was just genuinely a better formula than anybody in the market. We took the leading competitor and just doubled everything, right? So it's great. It's a great supplement. You can't argue. Oh, but it's this and that. No, bro. Look at the ingredient label. You're getting what you're getting in the ingredient label, and everybody's hype. We have maybe 400 comments going on this post, and this one kid, I thought it would be better. Oh, you're 13, bro. You're 13.
What do you want? Do you want actual steroids?
Yeah, what do you want me to do? To pin you with a needle of testosterone? Like,
This is legitimately the closest you'll get to TRT. Unless I pin you in the eyeball.
Your balls are not even big enough for Saber to work on them yet.
you can't even buy this product, bro. You can't. Like, we have it on our website. Like, if you're underneath this age, don't buy it. And you're under the age. Like,
So it's like those people who comment, like for example, we were just saying before, like Ngannou lost today, right? Like literally 2 hours ago before this podcast started, Ngannou lost his fight against AJ. Everyone in the comments now is gonna be like, I knew Ngannou was washed.
Yeah.
He's too old. He's finished. His career's over. One hit wonder. Da da da. Like, boys, these are the people who are commenting on your post. So whenever people are scared of posting on social media, I always say to them, don't be scared because these are the people who are commenting on our shit.
But they wish they were us though.
The number of times I've like seen people say to you like, "Oh, you're on steroids." They said to me like, "Oh, your supercars are rented," and we show them proof. Countering that, I'm sure they say a bunch of stuff to you guys. What like it's.
I'm not even like I'm like tall and I'm like wide and shit, but like I'm nowhere near steroid physique. Like objectively nowhere near steroid physique. But yeah, you're always going to get people like this. But also, it's like if you're out commenting under some guy's post. So let's say you're in your shit fucking bedroom in Pakistan, where the fuck, and you're scrolling through on your fucking Android.
even in America though, it's in
on your
England.
Android V1 or whatever the fuck from 7 years ago, and you see me or you see like Pierre or whoever drop a banger, and you actually have the fucking audacity to start commenting some shit, bro. Go into the bathroom first, look at yourself in the mirror, and fucking.
yeah.
I'm about to get redacted if I make one to do, but yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Imagine how sad your life has to be. You're scrolling through Twitter. You see a post you don't like. You make a comment. You go to my bio, click my company's ad, go to one of their posts, click my company website, and enter a fake email address into my email list. Because you think you just fucking owned me with that.
Yo. Because I'll talk about that. I'll give the
Fuck
insight on
Reece
that.
69.
Yeah.
Reece is a faggot.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that happened like 100 times the other day.
Yeah.
You see the opt-ins as they come in, so I'm like, all right, Reece goes viral, he has 1 million, and then all of a sudden your phone is ringing. Fuck Reece at msn.com.
Just signed up to your newsletter.
Reece is freaking stupid at hotmail.com. Like, bro, Hotmail, like, this motherfucker. But yeah, genuinely.
The thing is, they think they own this.
Yeah.
They think they won, but what they don't realize is we don't even know their names.
Yeah.
Like I know what people have said about me, but then it's like I don't know any one of their names. I can't remember any of them. They're not unique. They all kind of blend into one big hater, and they all look the same. They all talk the same. They all.
Someone's got to flip
You're
the
sitting there
burger.
raging at a post. I put my phone down and look up at my Bali villa. You think I fucking care?
Yeah. We literally laugh when the hate rolls in. Like, we're laughing. Like, Reece, I've been literally messaging you, like, fucking for the last few days, being like, bro, the hate that, like, follows on from that post, they will circle back for the next 2, 3, 4 days to see what else you're posting.
Everything
So,
I
like,
post right now, people are
it's the
still
same
mad
people
about it.
circling back.
Let me check that
So
tweet. See if
funny,
it
bro.
got.
So what you do, this is an unlimited energy hack for anybody who watches this, right? Save every single hate comment that you get. Put them all in a folder and wake up and just read it every day. I promise you'll never lack motivation. That's generally a great idea. DK does that as well. And DK gets so much hate, bro. He gets so much hate on the internet.
He goes to war every day in QTs.
Right. Because of the crowd that he attracts, right?
Yeah.
And it generally is an unlimited energy hack because hate and love are on the same spectrum. So if somebody is passionate enough about you to leave a hate comment, in another life, they would have been your biggest fan. If anything, they're bigger fans than the people that actually leave like positive comments because they're giving you their energy for free, right? And they're just leaving this comment. It's free real estate, and they're boosting your post in the algorithm. It's like, I love haters, bro. I'd rather have
50
haters.
Cent said it. I need you to hate so I can use you for energy. Like you literally need haters, otherwise you're not going to make money.
By the way, like Hassan talks about 50 Cent a lot. I don't like 50 Cent.
Why?
You want to talk about that?
Oh, this is hilarious, bro.
Why is he not
Yeah,
50
yeah.
Cent?
He tweeted about it before. Here we go.
All right,
Never
so
seen this
boom. So I'm with this 10, genuine 10. I want to make it clear. Nobody on the internet knows what a 10 is, okay? And
Except for Pierre.
except for me. Whoa. If we're talking to money Twitter, you see the fucking horrendous abominations on money Twitter. Bro, yesterday I showed Reese. Somebody just posted a fat bitch. She just posted a fat bitch. Just up and posted the fat
It's
bitch.
wild. It's literally wild. They're just posting their girlfriends.
I'm like, bro, let's say I come across a fat bitch. You have to kill me for me to post that. You have to kill me for me to post that. I'll sum up the story very succinctly. Basically, we're at this hotel, the Houstonian. She's at this hotel, the Houstonian. I've just been talking to her for maybe a week or two. And 50 Cent owns the presidential like suite at the top of the Houstonian. So he sends his scouts
You
and
said
minions.
Houston or Estonia?
Houstonian is one of the really nice hotels in Houston.
Right, okay.
Right. 50 Cent lives in Houston. He probably lives in multiple places, but he has the penthouse at the top of the Houstonian. That's for sure. And he's throwing a party there, right? And essentially, he sends his minions, his scouts downstairs to go like, all right, just pick up all the baddest girls and bring them up. And then my girl texted me at the top of 50 Cent's penthouse. I'm like, fuck, bro, it's literally over. It's over. And so I was like, all right, I'll let this fly by for like a day or two, and then I have to dump her for my ego. Just fucking set the text message. All right, it's over. What are you supposed to do, bro? You got mobbed by 50 Cent. That's like you, Twitter shit muncher, right? you're 16 years old, and you're like, oh my god, I felt like I got to go to Dubai, and then Hassan, Mr. Overpaid, pulls it in the press. Like, it's over, bro. You're not doing anything. You just have to get in the grind. Now, given he's 55 years old, so I'm like, all right, maybe I steal his bitch in like 10 years. Yeah, gotta make that happen. I'm coming for you, nigga.
But did she admit to getting up to nefarious acts, or was it just the very act of her even going up there was enough?
Just
Your
going
actual
up there.
girlfriend or just some guy you're talking to?
Bro, I was just talking to her at the time. So I'll give actually the full context of the story. So I was just talking to her at the time. When that happened, I'm like, maybe I keep this connection because she knows 50 Cent now. Like, she knows 50 Cent. Maybe I get in touch with 50 Cent. I was just talking to her at the time. Something else actually happened later, and I dumped her for a different reason. But I like to just cut it at that part of the story for clicks. I'll openly say that.
Has to be done.
Synopsis: 50 Cent stole his bitch.
Yeah.
I posted that tweet. It got like 100K, 150K. I want to say this is hilarious. I get like 150K, and people were in the comments saying, this didn't happen. Bro, I told you my bitch got stolen. I didn't tell you that I fucking climbed Mount Everest with one hand. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll post something that actually didn't happen, and people will be like, wow, like that's super cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember tweeting once that I'm in the club and 50 Cent gave me a bottle of his champagne. What's it called? Lechaman. He has that. It's like it means like the King's Cross in English. It's like a champagne company. It was like in Miami. I was in this club, and he gave me this bottle because I was like near that section. And then people were like, no. I had like a bunch of people DMing me like, don't tweet things that are lie, mate. Next tweet I put under the thread, it was just like a video of him giving me the bottle. I was like, oh, sorry, bro.
Wait, that was actually real, yeah?
Yeah, that's actually real.
I saw that.
But then, yeah, it's just people on Twitter don't believe it because they're so used to literally living in their parents' house in their basement in God knows where in the middle of somewhere in America, not in a city, just in the middle of literally
Michigan.
nowhere or England. Yeah, is Michigan the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
I always,
Yes.
because I always use that. It just sounds
Our
like
cameraman is from there.
I can't remember if it's from Michigan. He has an archive of posts from Hassan saying "fuck Michigan." He just puts them in and just.
I've said fuck Michigan so many times. It's just like one of those places.
It's like Wyoming, bro. The only thing Wyoming's good for is setting up an LLC.
yeah, like what's in there?
Eventually, apparently North Dakota is good for banking, but I won't get into that, bro.
Fargo.
You know where I first saw you, Hassan? Because those club videos. I first saw you. You were dumping cash off the second fucking.
Oh, ages
story.
ago.
Yeah. long
Back then
time
you
ago.
weren't tweeting at all.
I'm a Twitter OG. Yeah.
You were like just a consumer. at
Just
the time.
consumer, yeah.
Really? That's interesting. Boys, let me give a quick story because this is a topic I talk about a lot, spending money. I think a lot of people are afraid of spending money. We were talking about it on the last podcast.
Yeah.
Spending money is actually a skill. Like, there's an art to spending money, and I was just basically, when I was spending that money in the club, I was basically throwing money on the floor. 50 Cent was performing in the background, right? And I thought this would be a good clip, this would be a good video. And it was fun. So I threw like $1,000 on the floor. But that one video, so many people recognized me from that video. And I ended up meeting a lot of big accounts on Twitter from that video. And I think I had like about 2,000-3,000 followers on Twitter back then. So that was like when I was on the...
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when you're on about 3,000 followers, each 1,000 you gain is like a big increase.
Yeah.
Right? It's like to go from 3K to 4K is a 33% increase. So I gained a lot of followers from that one video. And that obviously helped me get to where I am now. Like, it's all part of the building blocks. So people are afraid of spending money, but now
Did you
it's
get
worth it.
noticed a lot where you go? Are there like a few other places? Various places?
Bali, a few times now, yeah, quite a lot.
Bali's a hotspot for money.
Miami, a
to be fair.
hotspot. I think Bali and Miami are the biggest hotspots.
Yeah.
Dubai, not so much because it's a driving city, and I stay inside.
Really?
I
You
stay
don't
inside
get
all-
noticed that much in Dubai?
I don't know. I don't go out that much. I don't go out to the typical spots, like the going out spots.
What is a typical day like in Dubai? Genuinely.
typical day for me? Or?
Just, yeah, like what the
Hopefully,
fuck? Do people literally just go to restaurants and just flex on Instagram? Like, what do Dubai people do?
I don't know. I really don't have that. I keep my circle small. I live with my brother and my business partner. I sit inside. I live on a private beach, so I sometimes sit outside. But
Yeah.
I'm just being a little nerd working.
Yeah.
then to drive my car to
I think
the
we've
gym or
kind of
something.
like made a pact that we're just not going to meet up with a lot of people anymore from the app.
Bro, there's no
It's-
point.
There's no ROI.
That's what I
in
mean
it.
about the whole online stuff. Unless you know someone can bring you value or there's some form of value exchange, like you get to a point where you realize how much your time is worth per hour. It's really
I
not
used
worth
to
it.
meet with a lot of people when I kind of first came to Bali, whatever, and I was just like, I realized it was just getting, like, as cuntish as it might sound, I'm getting nothing out of these exchanges. Yeah, every now and again you might meet a guy that you actually stay in contact with, but like, fuck that, bro. Like, you know.
Or you got
It's a
10
waste of
people.
That
time.
doesn't even sound
Waste of
bad though.
time.
Like for me that sounds completely normal. But some of you guys on this podcast,
I
might
get
think that's
people being
bad.
like, yo, things to do in Bali, bro. It's like, firstly, I'm not your fucking travel guide. I don't fucking know. Like, I literally do not know who you are. Like,
have you heard the infamous? Let me pick your brain.
yes,
yeah.
Bro,
Bro,
it's like,
someone-
bro, just hop on a quick call. It's like, why
Pay
would I
me.
hop on a? Oh yeah, why would I hop on a call with you?
Bro, I know you're paying me to hop on this call. So I just
Actually-
want a 10-minute call. 10 minutes, and in my mind, I know what 10 minutes is worth to me. It's like, that's money.
Actually, you're welcome to pick my brain. You're welcome to pick anybody's brain here. But what you have to do first, you have to come to the villain scrap in the corner. Because every time I walk in after 8:30 p.m., Tom is beating the fuck out of somebody in the thing. I want to address this on public video. So if you're willing to do that, I'll let you
Yeah,
talk.
pick
to
your
me
brain.
first.
Yeah. It can be picked, but you might have CTE.
Yeah. You might have CTE. Yeah. You might get a severe concussion. But beyond that, it's like, yeah, you can pick our brain after if you're still.
It's all about value exchange. If you want to network with high-level people, it's all about value exchange. It's all about providing something to them. And I think what most people make the mistake of doing is they try and take first before they give to other people. It's better to just give. Let's say you give to 10 people. I think in life, if you give to 10 people, oftentimes one of them will compensate for all the other 9 people who don't give back. Even if only one give back, he will compensate for all the other 9 that didn't give back. So give more and watch how more comes to you. But in terms of time, it's kind of scary just giving all your time away to people who have zero chance of giving it back. Like a lot of guys on Twitter.
We've met a few people here. I've been recognized in the street a few times, met some people like that. And every single time we meet someone, not every single time, most of the time we meet someone, I can just feel that they're trying to extract something from me. They're trying to get
Leech.
some clout or some information. They want something out of me, and I don't like that feeling.
Have you heard of this saying that basically says that there's only 2 reasons why somebody asks a question? And it's super powerful. Once I heard this, I was like, whoa. So it's either they're literally being like too nosy, cute, like they're asking too many questions, nosy, suspicious reasons. They're trying to extract too much. Sorry, too suspicious, like for a dodgy reason. Or number 2, they just want value. But either way, that doesn't help me. So either you're being suspicious and you're trying to sabotage me in some way, or you genuinely want to know what I do and how I do it, and then you want some value for yourself. But then it's like, okay, what am I gaining? So someone asking too many questions is also pretty dodgy.
Like, you might be thinking like, well, how the fuck can I meet with someone then, like, off the app? It's just like, I don't have value to provide Hassan. He's a fucking millionaire or whatever. But like, you can provide value in a different way. You could just be funny. Like, there's a lot of people from Money Twitter that are just genuinely funny people, and like, I would meet them for a drink. As in my books, it's kind of value. Yeah, meet for a drink, be funny.
One
but
of the
then even
biggest
then,
levers.
that's just a one-time thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's
But
just
that could be enough that we can like be like acquaintances. We could be friends
an
or
in.
whatever. Yeah, it's an in. We spoke about this the other day. Just being funny, you can go so far by just being funny. You don't have to be the expert in fucking cold email. You can just be a funny guy that people like, and you can just have ins.
But I think then it's like I said, it's just an in. It's like a Lambo with a go. It's an in, but then it's like you actually have to be valuable. You actually have to be charismatic with the girl, other things. Because I don't really care after a while how funny someone is. It's like, okay, but... And I always say this to my friends. Let's say we meet someone new. My friends are like, he was nice. Well, that guy was cool. I'm like, everyone's nice and cool when you just first meet them. What are they going to do? Say fuck you to our face? Like, you know?
Yeah.
So
the thing is, you're never going to meet somebody if you need to meet that person. Like, if you're desperate, I really need to meet this famous person so he can partner with me on a business. That motherfucker's going to run away from you forever.
because he feels it.
He feels it. He's only ever going to respect you when you don't even need to talk to him. Like, there's no ulterior motives, anything. I'll go ahead and say the most valuable people that I've met, most valuable to me, right, have been the RNL people. What did I do to meet them? I didn't do any fucking gay networking shit, bro. I literally got added to a group chat and I woke up. I'm like, oh, okay, here are these people. They're cool. And then we're just boys like a couple months later. That's genuinely how it happened. We all share the same views. We all like to shit post on Twitter. And we all like to do X, Y, and Z. And then
people
we
like,
just met.
People like to put like processes on everything. So it's like, how do you like set up, like someone in one of the questions the other day was like, how do you like create an RNL? Like, how do you this, how do that? It's like, who the fuck knows? I don't even know. It literally just happened one day.
Yeah.
It's like, the more you try and put a process on everything, it's just like, the more it loses its sauce. It's like,
Bro.
the magic isn't it just happening?
It just happened. And then we'd be like, yo, we would literally just wake up, and we still operate like this to this day. We just wake up, we're like, we should do this today. Boom, we did it. Oh, it worked. Awesome. And everybody just daps up and then it's done. But I'm willing to go on record to say, if I lost absolutely everything today and I had to become homeless, I could probably name 10 people that would quarter me and let me stay at their house. That's not me networking, bro. That's just me being a regular person. So it's like, yo, how do you meet people? I mean, like, oh, like be just a fucking friend to anybody? Bro, I can't understand that. Networking. It's like if you have a networking group, that's different. It's business. Everybody's meeting for business. But as far as like, how do you make friends and how do you have your own like tight circle like RNL? Bro, I don't know. Be a regular person? Fuck.
In fact, so I'm not sure if you guys know this actually, but I gave away a Rolex to one of the guys in my private community, New Money, back in the Amsterdam event we had a few months ago. And his name's Louis Alvarez. And basically, the reason why I chose him as the winner is because every time I'd message him, he'd reply quickly. So, you know, in America, there's Zelle and Venmo and Cash App, all these things. So sometimes I needed to take payments, American, blah, blah, blah. He'd reply every time in like half a second, like, yeah, got this payment, got this. I was like, this guy is always there. And even, like, he had no other value to provide me besides responding to my messages within 2 seconds. Gave him a 12.5 grand Rolex or something like this. It's on YouTube, I need to check. But 11 or 12 grand Rolex. Just for replying quickly. Like, if you're an actual person and people feel like good energy from you, I'm not saying you're going to get a Rolex gifted to you, but I'm just saying that good things happen in so many different circumstances. Either you meet your friend's group, or you get a Rolex gifted to you, or you learn something from a conversation. It always pays off.
100%.
And think about if we didn't start Twitter. That's why action is so important. I always tell people do more, think less. Because say you didn't start tweeting, you were just consuming for like years and years and years. Then you'd have never met them because you'd have been too small to even get their attention, and vice versa. If you never start tweeting, if you got banned the first time, then stopped.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
everything pieces
Reece is a
together.
testament to just keep going, bro.
Willpower.
Like every time you've been banned, like, you know, you've been like, fuck, that's annoying. But you're back the next day with another
It is annoying.
What am I gonna do? Fucking slither away into the darkness?
Like, that's what they want you to do, to be fair. But like, you just keep coming back. And I will say, like, you come back with more of a vengeance each time.
It makes it stronger because
It's just funnier. It's like, oh, Reece is back again.
He loses the shit munchers every time and retains the fans. So the algorithms really likes him because genuinely everybody that still follows Reece right now loves Reece.
Yeah.
So then he'll post his first tweet back, boom, 500K on his first
But
tweet
Reece
back.
is actually worse in real life than he is online, which is
100%.
very rare. So it's
Yeah,
like,
people think I'm playing a character online.
Yeah.
That's the toned down
they're
version
like, drop
of
the
me in
persona,
reality.
buddy. Like, it doesn't suit you. It's like, no, like, we have daily meetings where we have to like, try and, like,
we have to try
finesse
to
the
contain
PR
Reece.
on Reece.
Yeah. Bro, I can genuinely get this entire podcast banned and say one word. I won't, but I could. I could. Just a Reece bar. Boom. Here. Done. All of those are kicked off the internet. It's that bad.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we spoke about this the other day. I feel like it's a very, very like small percentage of guys that will actually say they don't care, but in fact they actually do care. Like few will actually not care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's very easy to be like, I don't care what people think. I don't care what this, but it's like you do actually.
No,
care,
that's
though.
actually an interesting point. So when I was younger, I used to be that guy who'd tell all my friends, "Oh, I don't care what people think," and I wasn't trying to lie. Like I actually genuinely believed I didn't care what anyone would say about me. But then as I got older, I realized, no, I actually do care what people think because you kind of need to. If everyone on Twitter thinks I'm the coolest person ever, they should all listen to me for advice, well then more people will join my private network, more people will become my business partners. It just makes my social circle better, I'll grow quicker, everything. That's good. Why would you not want people to think good of you? And if everyone thought I was an idiot, well then I'd have nothing. So in business, if everyone thought your supplement company was awful, Sabre was awful, then no one would buy. So you literally need people to think good of you. So as I've gotten older, I realized it's not that I don't care what people think, it's that I don't let people's opinions kind of stop me from doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
But you need to listen to the haters and the negative comments. I see the negative comments like, you know what? Yeah, I might be a bit right. Like, maybe I do need to work on this. Or I need to work on that. And
Yeah, like having 100K on Twitter. Like I've seen some of the comment sections underneath your posts. Like there is a good bit of hate there on some of them, the divisive ones.
but all the like, for example, I can name like 5 of the hate comments I get a lot. Like one of them is, for example, like supercars rented. They're not. One of them is you have a bad hairline. I do. One of them's you're really weak in the gym. Like I used to lift 240. I'm going to get it back. I'm going to document it on YouTube. 240 kg, right? Which is stronger than I'm guessing 99.9% of these people.
It's crazy that if you're weight.
And so what else? They say you split the rent with your boys. It's me and my brother living there and my business partner. I pay 15K rent. He pays 8K. Together it's 23K a month rent. So, okay, we split it. I pay 15K a month. Like, what is the hate?
But you know what I also,
like-
do you know what I think? It's like,
I don't know what
when they
it
say
is.
the supercars are rented, obviously they're not. You've shown like, you know,
No, I
proof of
actually
ownership.
really proved it now. I showed the gold ownership
I've seen
cards.
that. And also like someone ran the numbers. If you were actually to rent them every single fucking day for the last 3 years, it would cost more than actually fucking buying them.
But the only defense people have, to be fair, this is actually true, and a lot of influencers do this, is if you actually want to rent it and look like you own them, you can just take loads of pictures with the cars, but wear different outfits and stuff. That's an actual thing that people do, right? But because I literally, in Dubai, you have these gold ownership cars, and at the bottom of it says mortgage buy. I didn't even know this. The car salesman told me this the other day as I was filming a YouTube video. If it was financed, it would say mortgage by, let's say, a Dubai bank account. But it doesn't say mortgage by anyone. It says my name on it. It says the ownership. Basically, it's fully legit. It's on you.
But it's like even if they were rented, he still is renting. I know you're not, but even if they were, he still has 6 fucking supercars that he's driving in Dubai whenever he wants. He's still in Dubai, living on fucking Palms, where the fuck it's called, and he's still there, like doing that shit. So it's like, even if he was doing all the things you say are negative, he's still lapping you infinitely.
But shall I tell you something really interesting? It's that sometimes replying to hate comments it's really interesting because as I reply to the supercars rented thing, obviously I don't actually care. Like, I don't get annoyed by it. I just use it as a marketing campaign. So like the supercars are rented, that's my favorite reply because then I can just keep showing they're real.
Yeah.
Then they say, oh, look, you got insecure. That means they're rented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you try and defend it, they'll say you're insecure. But what you guys need to understand, you smart people out there who want to grow a brand for yourself, is actually really good to get those hate comments because then you can make a Instagram reply. Because you know on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, on all these platforms, you know you can reply with a video to the comment. That's the best way probably to grow a brand. I'm actually going to start doing these things.
100%.
Well, they say like go to war with someone, go to war with an enemy. So like even like Reece, your brand, like you could argue you're going to war with NPCs and like the normies or whatever, and that's driving traffic for you. It's like go to war with someone.
And the thing is, you just want the war to keep going. Like, you're not actually going to ever win it. But it's just going to make you bigger.
Such a great point.
Bro, the
End
funniest
of war.
comment that I ever saw on Hassan, I just had to comment back. This is exactly what happened. Somebody was like, Hassan, you freaking loser. Like, you rent all your cars and stuff like this. Hassan, like, commented back with proof that he doesn't rent his cars. And then he said, oh, well, you're stupid. You should have rented your cars, you fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And then I just quoted him. I'm like, bro, did you just read what you fucking said? Like,
Bro.
you're just mad that he has cars. Like,
Yeah.
you see
Bro,
what I'm
I
saying?
saw that. I was like, yeah, that's right. Like, what's this guy talking about? No, literally, that was wild.
It's like, bro, he hated on you. You
They're
proved him
clutching at
wrong. He
straws.
hated on you the other way. It's like, bro, which side are you on?
No, but does that not prove it to you guys listening? Like, they don't care about what's right. They just want to argue. They just want
They
to
want to
be
just
annoying.
try to put you down to their level.
I love it. It's like,
it's funny.
beautiful. The game is the game. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on smoking weed, boys?
Oh,
Fuck smoking
I
weed.
used to be that guy in college. I was like, it makes me way more creative and I feel way more loose and this. I was like the guy coping. And then like when I got a little bit older, I left college. I was like, it's just fucking gay as shit.
I don't like
I was the same way. I smoked daily for a long time when I was younger.
Same.
And you don't realize when you're in it, when you're smoking, and then you quit for a week and you're like, holy fuck, I'm alive again.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody that I even want to hang out with that smokes weed on a daily basis.
It's just
Everybody-
annoying, the whole process of it.
looks like a fucking
You gotta
zombie.
roll, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't have to roll a blunt. Like, shut up, man. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
They act like rolling a blunt is like a work of genius, work of art, and it's like Picasso. Like, bro.
Yeah.
And they sit down to eat a pizza. And
I was literally that guy that was living in college, like not going to lectures, just fucking smoking weed all day long. Like, that was me for like
I
a
get
good
it
year.
though. I do get it because one of my friends who was like, yeah, the most few Jack friends I had actually, they all would smoke weed after gym, then get the munchies and eat a disgusting amount of calories. And it worked. They just sit in the hot tub, smoke weed, eat the calories. But like again, like we said, there's seasons in your life, you know. Okay, that's the weed going to the gym season, but then it's like you have to make money eventually.
Yeah.
Because when you're young, I always say this, it's cool to be it's okay to be broke at 20, 21, 22, all these kind of ages. But then I think as you start getting to 24, 25, and 26, 27, 28 more so, it's like, it's not cool to be broke because your girlfriend's relying on you, your family's relying on you. And it's like, you're a full grown man, bro. Like,
what I tell my little brother is that everybody's going to tell you that you have time. You genuinely do not have time because it's going to be cool for you to be broke at 21 years
The
old.
Gary V fucking
Yeah.
thing. He says,
bro,
"You got
I have
time,
beef
bro,
with
don't
Gary
worry."
V.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to meet him and say, bro, like, come on, man. I
He's
really
telling 40-year-olds to have time.
But the
No,
thing
you
is,
don't. You've already fucking lost.
There's a day when you're a man that you just randomly start getting judged based on what you have.
Yeah.
It's like 21, you're nah, 22, nah, 23. Bro, literally like you turn 24 and it's like, all right, what have you fucking done?
Yeah.
But it was okay because I was young last year, but this year it's not. And that'll sneak up on you. So I told my brother, I was like, bro, you need to start this shit now. I gave my brother an encyclopedia when he was 17. I was like, learn all these business terms, bro, just so that when I'm talking to you, you know what I'm talking about.
That's
But also, it's like, you know, like
Yeah.
the girl that you're with, like she's literally investing in you. So she's thinking, okay, maybe he's not like the guy now, but in 2-3 years or whatever, okay, he's going to be that guy. So it's like, if you're like 25, 26, 27, she's already sunk 3 years into you and you still haven't got shit figured out, or at least on the path where, okay, things are clicking now. Like, bro, you're fucked. Like, she's just wasted 3 years on you. Let's say you still haven't got anything working in another year's time. What you gonna do? Leave you and then like start again? Now she's 28, she's past her prime, she's looking for a different guy.
Yeah.
And now you've just like fucked up someone else's life
Yeah.
who's invested time in you because you were supposed to be the man and you never fucking became that guy.
Yeah.
It's like there are people relying on you to make this work. You do not have time.
And even if you think you have time, your mum doesn't have time. Like, I lost my
Yeah.
dad 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't have time. And it's like, if my dad was alive now, like, he was a very smart man. He was a cardiologist doctor, but he was just in the NHS. 40% of his money in taxes. My brother and I went private schools, all that kind of stuff. So all of his money went to mortgage, private schools. My mum never worked a job in her life. But I wish he was alive now. I could say to him like, Dad, like, I mean, he would have retired by now anyway. But I would have said like, just retire. Like, here's this much money. Go on holiday with mom. It'd be sick. And I'd just teach him about business because he never understood business. You just put all that intelligence into the wrong area. But he didn't care about money, I guess. He was a religious fan, but.
What do you think about God? What are your takes on God?
Yeah, I believe in God. I'm not I'm not the most religious person. It's difficult because that's like the one area of my life where I don't have as much conviction as every other area. Because with every other area in business and this, I can say, this is my opinion, so I do this. But with religion, it's like, I believe in God, but then I don't not drink. I still talk to girls. Like,
let's have a hard conversation. Do you think that is bad for business? Do you think believing in God, like being a staunch believer, let's say, is bad for business?
So being a strong believer is bad for business?
Yes.
Why? Because let's say you're not willing to fuck someone over and then you don't get ahead?
You're not willing to, like, let's say, if I go out and I vlog my degenerate lifestyle, it's going to get a lot of views. It's going to be easy to get those views. It's going to be easy to sell different things. I can sell anything. I can sell anything to anybody. I don't care who's judging me, right? But once you start playing by the rule book, let's say, whatever rule book you play by, do you feel like it gets harder to make money? Or do you feel like...
I think it's pros and cons. I hear completely what you're saying. I think there's pros
for
and cons.
example, sorry, just to interject, like Tate, when he was on the DGen phase, like he was just like, you know, people loved him. He was in the club, he's dropping bottles, this and that. And now he's like super religious. You could argue that people are like, oh, well, Tate's changed now. He's like religious.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not hitting as many young people as he would have been when he was
Exactly
DJing.
what I mean.
But then again, I would say in his case, it's more so a case of that there was a change. I think if you start, you know what I mean? People just hate change. People are just, they're fearful of change. It's just human nature. So maybe if you started off with the, you know, the whole, what he is now.
He probably wouldn't have gone as viral. You could argue that.
Yeah, you could argue that. Yeah, you could argue that completely.
Do you think... Because I think some people are literally like, okay, I'll do God later. But bro, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I
Well, you
completely,
can.
I completely agree with what you're saying, and it's it's a very interesting point. But then again, I would argue some of the pros are, if you believe in God, maybe you're gonna have that extra belief in yourself. You have that extra belief, and you're gonna make it happen. You believe there's a higher power watching over you, so you're gonna work extra hard. And my favorite quote ever is from Napoleon. It says, "The moral is to the physical is 3 is to 1." And basically that just means like your will, your hunger, your determination to win is 3 times more powerful than the actual physical reality.
Yeah.
Right. You guys said you started Sabre and you. Actually, I don't know what I can say, but basically, yeah, when you were just investing the 50K, blah blah blah, you had various people like pooling the money, right, and all this stuff.
Yeah. We did everything in house. We could
Right,
have
in-house.
outsourced a lot of
Could
things.
have got bank loans. Bear in mind that we've got Muslims in the business, so we can't do any like crazy bank
The
loans.
business is completely halal, and 3 of us are Christian. We fully respect it, like no interest at all with anything. We do everything in house because we like to do everything in house. So like we'll talk to somebody's parents in the business before we go out to get an official loan, and we qualify for an official loan, bro. We have opened this business for probably 3 months now, and the first thing was little like a pre-sale doesn't even count, and we've done we're top 0.1% in the e-commerce business on the entire planet. We could take that to a bank and be like, just give us 200,000. They'll give us 200,000. They don't give a fuck. They'll throw in America. Here you go.
But that's a classic example. The moral is to the physical is 3 is to 1. Like your energy, your let's do this together, we're going to build something huge, was 3 times more powerful and more important than the physical reality. The physical reality is you've never met Tom, you've never been on the phone with him, and now all of a sudden you've invoiced 50K to start.
Yeah.
So the point is like the moral is the physical is 3 is to 1. Like your will and your hunger to win and saying fuck it is so important.
Yeah.
Like it's so important. I remember when I got kicked out of uni, I told my mum like I'm not going back, and she'd be crying every night, basically saying you have to go back, because this was like a couple years after my dad died. So then she was thinking like, oh no, like she felt guilty, like I was the reason she was the reason I got kicked out, kind of thing. I was like, Mom, it's obviously not your fault. I just got into a fight, blah blah blah, and I told her that I'm gonna make it work. I'm not gonna go back to uni because I had a gap year. Then first year uni, that was a waste, and then business. But what's interesting is about school is, I'm not sure how it works in America. Maybe it's called grade 11, 12. But in England, it's called like year 12, year 13. It's like the final 2 years of school. It's like when you're 17, 18.
We have 12 technical years, but then there's some pre-years and stuff like that. But
Yeah, so I think for you it'd be grade 11, 12. For us, we're 1 year ahead, so it's year 12 and 13 are the final years. So year 12, year 13 is where you study something called A-levels, which is to help you get into uni. But then I had a gap year, and then the first year of uni was for nothing because I got kicked out. So technically those 4 years of my life were all for nothing because it was all for uni, but then that third year in uni when I got kicked out was for nothing. So that's why when I got kicked out of uni, I had like this chip on my shoulder. I wanted to prove everyone wrong because in my mind, I was like, I've technically
Having a
wasted
chip on
4
your
years.
shoulder is so valuable, man.
Bro, imagine knowing you wasted 4 years. That's like
having that I need to prove everyone wrong mentality is golden. Like
100%.
It's
people
similar.
say it's insecure, but I think it's
No,
brilliant.
it's not. It's not. I fucking love it. I love it. And sometimes when I don't have one, I like psych myself into thinking that everyone's
100%.
against me just to put one on there.
Bro, my biggest regret in my life this far, because I went through a lot of stuff growing up, But because of that, I always had a chip on my shoulder. I was waking up at 5 a.m. for no reason, getting to my school before school, 5:30 a.m. It's fucking raining. I'm walking everywhere. My mom couldn't take me anywhere. I'm walking everywhere. And I'm putting in work every single day. Then when I actually fixed my life, chip fell off my shoulder naturally, right? I live a great life. Then I'm like, fuck, bro, what do I do? And I got sad for a little bit because I'm like, bro, I'm used to being this fucking angry, just do it. I've been that way since I was like 10 years old. So then I'm like, yo, how do I put this chip back on my shoulder? I eventually just started having to make these things up. Like, bro, just getting to like a psychosis almost and just start going hard.
I think like being obnoxious on Twitter helps with that as well. Like, for example, like Reece, like you've got no shortage of haters. And you've got no shortage of people saying that, like, you're fucking, you know, this, that, your business is shit. So, like, for you, you wake up, you automatically have a chip on your shoulder. But you might not have that. So I think what you're saying there is, like, super important, like, fucking self-curating a chip on your shoulder. Like, that's what I had to do.
Yeah, you can create it.
As we were leading up to launching Sabre, like, I'd be on the phone to my mother. I was in Bali, she's back home. And she'd be like, so, like, how's business going, Thomas? Like, what are you doing? And I'd be like on the phone being like, yeah, like they this, they that. And I keep saying they. And I'm like, you know, they want to see it flop. They want to see. She's like, who is they? Who are you talking about?
Thomas is
She's like, and then she'd text me like a day later being like, Thomas, I seriously think like you might need to like speak to someone. She was like, you've got a lot of anger. Like
that annoys me, bro.
I swear, bro. My mom texted me, she's like, you've got a lot of anger built up. She's like, no one's watching you under a microscope. I'm like, trust me, you wouldn't get it. I'm like, trust me, you wouldn't get it.
They actually are, though.
They fucking are.
They actually are.
I'll say like this too. You should never listen to women because even if women love you, they're going to try to give you the comfortable way out. So like if I talk to my mom, if I talk to my grandma, if I talk to my girl, any of my girls, they'll go ahead and tell me this. They'll go ahead and tell me this. No, just take the day off today. Go ahead and sit down, bro. Just take a nap. Because that's what they think is making you better. That's how they're programmed. They're programmed to make you nurture, rest, right? You go off to battle, you come back, she's waiting for you, cooking you dinner or whatever. But they're not telling you the hard stuff. Me, Hassan too, if you grow up without a father for any phase of your life, there's nobody telling you, go do this. It's like, you have to fucking go do this.
That's why business is hard, because you're actually self-accountable. We could actually just go, I mean, we are going to a beach club after that. We could literally go to a beach club all day, every day, and do no work and just call it a day. And then, yeah, we'd probably go broke. We would go broke pretty soon if we just did nothing and all our businesses would start collapsing. But we could still get it back. But we could do that if we wanted to, but we don't. We have to stay accountable. Like, we want this path, we want this life choice, so we have to keep working. But the thing about women is super interesting, because I always use this point to kind of explain it to people. Because people are like, yeah, bro, but she's my mom. And I say, for example, bro, how old is your mom?
42.
Oh, really? That's quite young. Okay, 42, right? It still works in this example. I say, like, if a random 42-year-old lady came up to you on the street in Bali, said, hello, you have nice red shorts, da-da-da. I don't like your, like, for example, she says, I don't like that you're on your phone too much. But yeah, go off your phone, look at the sun, stop working too much. Like, get the fuck away from me, like, random 42-year-old lady, right? Like, she's just a 42-year-old lady, but then people see it as their mom. So it's like, okay, her advice is, she has good intentions for you, but she's still a 42-year-old lady, just like the other 42-year-old lady on the street in Bali, in terms of advice. Yeah. Unless she's run a business, she's just as qualified as another 42-year-old lady. The only difference is she's your mom and you can trust her intention, but intention's not good enough. If I accidentally if you accidentally shoot someone in America, you can't just be like, oh, it's accidental. Like, you go in jail. I accidentally killed him. Bro, you shot the guy, he's dead, you go jail. Yeah. So intention, it doesn't matter about intention. Yeah. If someone does something and if I keep doing something to harm you and I'm like, oh, bro, Pierre, it was an accident, eventually, like, no, this motherfucker's trying to stop. Like, it doesn't matter about intention, it's about results.
What's your screen time, Hassan? Like, in terms of...
Don't know, it's
25 hours a day.
It's all more than 5 hours.
25.
About to say more than 5 hours, bro. Obviously, because like all day.
You see people like, you know, flexing, be like, "Oh, I only have like 2 hours of screen time." 2 hours. It's like, bro, money is made on the phones. Yeah. Like, what are you doing for fucking 22 hours a day if you're not on your phone
all day long?
Everything is made. Like, everything is content. Everything is fucking money. It all goes back to content. So it's like
everything is work and all. I mean, you saw me in the podcast the other day. As we were doing the podcast, we got the Instagram stories out to show people. Yeah. It's like, right now I could do an Instagram story. We could be doing this podcast. We could be talking to some editors on Twitter to post this podcast for us, so like clips channel. I could be talking to my YouTube editors. I have 2 of them. I could be talking to my private group. I could be talking to my brother. I could be talking to my business partner Craig, who lives in Dubai. I could be talking to a bunch of different people. Call my mom. All these things I consider at work. I can message my cameraman waiting for me downstairs. I'm like, yo, go through all the videos we got throughout the last few days, organize them, send them to me here, send them. Like, there's so much to do. We need to send the vlog from last. There's always something to do. And I've just mentioned that in 10 seconds as like, I could talk for 5 minutes about everything to do. And obviously the same as you guys. I don't know how people are just sat there phoneless and screenless.
And you get to a point where you're never going to get through everything. Like I wake up and I'm like, all right, 400 notifications. Okay. And then I'm like, probably pick the 100 most important ones, do them now. And then everything just has to wait. What am I going to do? Like fucking ketamine cave it in my room for the rest of the day?
But sell Saber for 100 million.
Yeah.
And then okay, maybe you take a couple years off where you slow down slightly and you spend a bit more time outside. But
I
for
think,
now,
like,
fucking run it up.
100%.
Colty talks about this as well a lot. It's just like the second, like, you know, you actually take your foot off the gas pedal and you're, you know, taking it easy, for example, like that's when you start slipping into
I agree as well.
like depression. Like
get
that's when the
depressed.
depression comes. Like
Yeah.
you have to keep the gas pedal on some degree.
So even if you sold a company, you have to then move on to the next thing.
it's another
I'm
one.
just saying that because, like,
Yeah.
for example, if that's your dream to spend less time on a screen, guys, then yes, run up a bag, then sell your company, then spend less time on the screen. I love it. It's like chaos and war, and
Yeah.
it's brilliant.
It's an arena, bro. It's the only place where everybody is. Exceptional people are few and far between, so naturally you're gonna meet them all on the thing that brings everybody together. You're not gonna fucking meet them at the grocery store.
a good point.
Another thing is millionaires don't even want to meet people in public anymore. Old money millionaires, old money billionaires, even, bro. When they're going from point A to point B, they're not worried about you. They will meet you on the internet, though. Do you see what I mean? And they're there, so why not, bro? I'll say it like this: I manage fulfillment and shipping, everything for Saber. Bruv, somebody will order Saber from a fucking $50 million estate. My goodness gracious. This motherfucker saw us on Twitter. He saw us on Twitter. He's watching your every tweet.
Shit, yeah, because you can see the.
I can see everybody.
That's super
Everybody
cool.
on Twitter, don't fuck with me, bro. I got your address.
Including you, it's on.
Yeah, it's mine, boys. I've come back. The cars are missing.
We got a team on it already.
That's crazy. That's
Who's the most you know, valuable person that you've ended up meeting in real life off of Twitter?
I'll answer that in 1 second. I was just going to say one quick point. I was actually with one of the other boys from Twitter, and we were driving through LA. His name's David. And we were driving through LA, and he was basically saying to me, see this house here? I was like, yeah. Because we're in the hills. He was saying, the guy who's, you know the Quest bar? That protein bar?
yeah.
Quest?
Yeah.
The guy who invented Quest or sold it, whatever it is, he said that's his house. It's like, it's super cool. Like, that's why you need to be in all these cool places. And like everyone who's done big things, owns the houses you want, owns the cars you want, like they can, like you can do it too. Like you guys have just ran up this company. It's already, I don't know how much it's worth, but it's going to be worth a lot already as we speak. And
Yeah.
like it just started. I remember it just started on, it's already been a month. Like time flies. That's another point. Time fucking flies.
It'll be a multi-7-figure company by the end of this year, and the next year it'll be multi-8-figure next
Which is
year.
crazy.
I don't
you
want
just
to
on the
say
internet.
exactly how much we're doing because it's generally like
It's confidential.
we're generally not doing it for the money as of right now. Like it's gonna be great when it pays us multi-millions each when we exit later, right? But like it's right now, it's like, what are you gonna do? Not start a business? Well, I want to start a business. I want you to lose. I want to win. That's why I'm doing it. I want to win.
Such a good point. I was gonna say, like, if I say this to people, if I gave you a Lambo, you wouldn't stop Saber, obviously. So the point is, like, whether you had a Lambo or not, you're still gonna wake up early every day and work hard anyway. So just act like you have the Lambo now. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't wake up. I do it for Twitter, obviously, but I don't wake up thinking I have this car. I don't give a fuck. Like, you're chasing the next thing. But it's interesting because people say, if I had a Lambo, I'd be happy. What? So if you had a Lambo, you'd stop working hard? No.
What's your next supercar?
Bro, I was buying one like nearly every month for a while. Then I kind of stopped because there's just too many cars on the drive. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to swap one out and get like a crazier car. But I don't care, bro. I really don't care about cars.
Toyota Camry.
You said to me when I saw you in the club the other day, like, where's your watches? Like, I just keep them in Dubai now because it's safer anyway. I just don't care. It's nicer without a watch. You feel more free. Bali life, man. It's fun.
Well, we made sure that that's how we did our marketing. We're like, how do we maximize literally just swag for our marketing, just energy? You know what I mean? Because the thing is, nobody's duplicating that.
Exactly. You're relying on yourself
Right.
instead of an item. I actually respect that.
And
It's good.
even most people that you see with all the items, it's like, bro, they have a ton of swag too. It's like these items are accessories. They're not necessarily like pushing you. The thing is like this. Me, if I put on a certain watch, all right, now I'm getting compared with everybody else that has a watch. All right, who has the best watch? Well, you're racing to the bottom. Meanwhile, I can say the funniest shit. I know I can. Just say the funniest shit. Now everybody's looking at me. You see what I mean?
It's a good point. Yeah.
So
It's just a tool. That's the way I look at it. I don't look at it as like this means you're better than someone. I just look at it as a tool, and it's a powerful tool. Just like if you walk into a room with a hot girl, it's a tool, right? It's an asset, and the more assets you have, the better. You know, if you were 6'10" and then you go on Twitter and you show everyone how easily you can dunk, you'd get more views. Like, it's an asset, but most people aren't 6'10". That's why it's an asset. So like, if you're funny, that's an asset. Like, just you want to have as many assets as possible. Having a good friend group is an asset as well. It's just about stacking those assets.
100%.
Like, I remember reading about it. Trump, apparently he's not the best speaker, he's not the best this, he's not the best that, but he's pretty good at all of them. He's like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 in all the areas. He's a very influential, powerful man.
yeah,
That's what you
I
want to
agree.
be.
I agree. Yeah, we're all pretty fucking well-rounded, I would say. Like fitness wise, being able to speak and stuff like that. It's kind of great how that worked out together. As far as physical pursuits, Tom, I'll go ahead and highlight this. I feel like you should highlight it in every podcast. Tom took a fight on like 10 days notice and dropped 26 pounds, and then was the only knockout of the night. Talk about a little bit how fucking hard it was to get in that type of shape.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I've never actually spoken about this, so I suppose, yeah, may as well start. Essentially, I got to Bali and I was just drinking, smoking, partying, DJing, fins, etc. Like literally 5 nights a week. And I would just like turn up the next day, like at the boxing gym. The only reason I was doing so was because I was helping a guy who was a similar weight to me prepare for his fight. So if it wasn't for me helping someone, I probably wouldn't have even been in the gym. I probably would have just been in bed, hungover. But anyway, we were sparring. It was like the week before this guy was supposed to fight. And he ends up breaking his nose in sparring. So he was out. And then that day, my coach messaged me and he was like, hey, do you want to like, you know, step in for X, Y, and Z? And I was like, shit, like what's the weight cut? And he was like, so I was 102 kilos at the time, which is like pretty big. I had to get down to 89 kilos, which is, I hadn't been that weight since I was about 16 years old. Yeah. So I'm 27 now. So like it had literally been like 11 years since I had been fucking that light back when I was playing rugby. Anyway, ended up getting down there over the course of 10 days through just like eating raw eggs and training twice a day. And I was feeling like shit going into the fight. Like literally just felt like the worst. Like I had no energy. I had no fucking testosterone. Couldn't even like count on fucking... I could count on one hand the amount of boners I had in those 10 days. Like it was crazy. Anyway, got in the sauna, which is obviously like the last 24 hours. That's when like a lot of the water comes off. So I took off 6 kilos from food and then 6 kilos from water in the last 24 hours. And then went and fought. And I think there was like 15 fights in the entire card. I got the only knockout of the night. Yeah. And yeah, like the only reason that why I did that was because I just trusted my coach so much. I like said it to him. I was like, is this possible? And he was like, not going to lie, it's fucking crazy. But I think you can do it if you do exactly what I say. He's like, if you veer off in the slightest, you're going to fail. So I just had to like autistically stick to what he was saying.
Tom was updating us play by play, essentially. Like we were seeing the kilos come off till the last day on weigh-ins. It was like you could see like his eyes were so fucking dialed. Like he had to focus every minute of every day to get to that point. And it's like we saw Tom being 102 and then just fucking randomly being 89, shredded thighs.
I actually weighed in at 88. I lost like an extra kilo.
88. And then the guy that he was fighting next to him, I'm like, dude, this guy's gonna get his shit fucking whacked. I told him before the fight, I was like, bro, I'm willing to bet everything I own on this fight. Can I? Because the guy was like, he looked like he had a great time, like a very cozy camp. He thought he was walking into something completely different.
He didn't cut. He just rocked up.
Tom walked in, bop, hit him. He falls down. Then he like smiles and waves his hand around the camera. The guy gets up, Tom laughs, and then knocks him out again. Fight over. Fucking first round, right?
But first round knockout, yeah. But I knew that I had no cardio going into the fight. So I knew that I had to like finish it, because if he dragged me into the second, third round, I still would have beat him, but like I wanted to fucking make a statement. Yeah. So that's why when like I smelled a little bit of blood in the water, like, yeah, you're right, I literally laughed. Yeah. I just was like visually laughing at him as I went over and I just finished him. And I have no hard feelings against him, whatever. Like I respect anyone who gets into the ring. Could have been me getting knocked out too. You just don't know how it's gonna go.
I think it's super important. You're starting to box a lot more now. I've seen a lot of clips of you boxing on Twitter. Do you have plans for, like, let's say a money Twitter fight?
I don't know about a money Twitter fight, because money Twitter is quite small.
Yeah, fuck money Twitter.
We were talking to Tom about this the other day. I'm definitely going to do a fight this year, even if I haven't trained. Because at the moment I'm doing one session maybe every 12 days. Did like a little bit of boxing with Tom the other day, but just literally every 12 days I'll spar my coach, spar someone random. Very little, just I'm focusing more on business. But I'm definitely going to do a fight this year, 2 or 3, I think. Yeah. Even if I haven't trained, just put me in there. I have to. I just want to.
Well, how are you going to get the opponent?
Bro, I don't know.
Just some
I was
random
talking
guy?
to what's his name, Keemstar. You know Keemstar?
No.
Keemstar,
Yeah. The guy with like 2 million followers on Twitter.
Yo, if you get in a fight with Keemstar.
No, not a fight with Keemstar.
Oh.
I was talking to Keemstar on Twitter. He was telling me he can help me get a fight. Okay. Like on Misfits and all these things. I think I could get a fight pretty easily.
Yeah.
Especially if I start making like whiteboard videos and crazy videos just saying, I'm going to fight anyone.
Who's your dream fight?
You asked me this, bro. I don't know. So it's like...
Has to be someone.
No, this thing I don't.
Mike Malik.
Okay, yeah. Maybe him.
Mike Malik.
Deji, maybe. Deji. I know Deji I called out before. I'd like to fight Deji.
Yeah.
I'd have to train a bit, though, because he's got more experience, for sure. But yeah, I don't really care about any of these people.
Yeah.
So
You've got good cardio, bro. I reckon you fuck up most people who fight.
It's not personal with any of these people. No, yeah, I've got good cardio. I just need to
do.
train, bro.
Yeah.
I never trained. Like, I keep training, I told you, and then something bad.
Do you jog? Like, how do you have such a good baseline of cardio?
It's just genetics. People don't realize how much fighting is genetic based. Like for me, it's harder to put on muscle. Like my body's like more long. Like very small ankles, small wrists. So all my weight is like. The way it works in fighting is like, if you're strong for your weight class, that's an advantage. So the bigger your wrists are and your ankles are, then you're putting more weight in areas that aren't giving you more power, if that makes sense. So like all my weight's in the right areas for fighting. So I'm actually lighter than people think, but it's good because then when I fight someone, I'm like longer than them and taller for my weight class, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I think that's how weight works. Like I have very small weight here. I think it makes it easier for my cardio. I know it's just genetic. I don't train jogging.
Yeah.
I've done like 2 runs maybe in the past 6 months, and both of them were within the last couple months.
Fuck.
Yeah. But so basically I was in Romania 3 years ago, and this is like the most I'd ever trained. So I was in Romania 3 years ago, 2021 January, and I wanted to be in the UFC. I was like,
Really?
Yeah. So it was late. I was like, I'm going to be in the UFC. I'm going to be world champion. I was like, all or nothing. So I was like going back and forth with the idea. I wasn't making as much money then, but I was starting to make some good money. So I went to Romania with the intention of, I'm going to be a UFC world champion. I'm going to start training like twice a day. So I got a one-on-one coach, and I was doing like, I'd say 3 sessions every 2 days, like 1.5 sessions a day. And I'd be like running 10 kilometers in the morning, like a couple of days a week, 3 times a week. I was getting super fit. I was starting to get like much stronger, but then I stopped because when I went back to England, I focused more on business.
Dana
I
White.
need to get back into it.
Dana White, my boy right here. He's looking for a contract.
No, but that was, again, that's why money changes things, because back then I was like, money's bullshit. Like, but that's because I was making less. Now I'm making a lot more. It's like,
Would you ever set up a fight promotion in Dubai?
yeah, I would.
Like, there's a
Bro, I
crypto
really
Twitter.
want to do fighting. That's why every time I talk about it on the podcast, it kind of pisses me off. I'm like, I need to fucking get to it.
Yeah.
It's just honestly, I need to just go to a gym in Dubai and stick to it.
Because every November, I believe, there's a crypto Twitter like fight night in
Oh, I
Dubai.
need to do it, yeah.
And it's a fucking huge event. I think like there's an opportunity for something there on Money Twitter.
I need to
The
do it.
thing is, fighting is literally a broke man's pursuit. So whenever you're already young and making money, it's kind of hard to say that you want to be a fighter, let's say.
Yeah.
Another thing is the business itself has changed, right? So before you had to be under the institution and fighting then work your way up from the bottom to the top and have 30, 40, 50 fights. Now you see people like Jake Paul who just skip to the top, have more people watching, make more from the fight, and can fight anybody. It's like, because you see a lot of people on the internet say, yo, if you haven't gotten in a cage with another man, like you're stupid, dumb, whatever. I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, true. But then when you look at it from like a chess perspective, it's like, bro, I can just make videos and then go fight that guy. I'll beat the fuck out of him and make $1 million. Who's gonna do that versus the broke, lifeless amateur career for 25
It's
years?
not cool,
You
bro.
brain cells, break your nose. Like,
McGregor made it seem cool because he's McGregor. But for every McGregor, there's 1 million broke boys in Brazil in the favelas.
Who just never made it.
Who are broke and they'll never make it. And they just got broken arms, broken noses, broken limbs. And
Yeah.
it's fucking awful.
and they're willing to sacrifice their life to beat you. And then another thing is like,
Because
you
they're
don't know
hungry, they
who's
need the money.
juicing. Yeah, you don't know who's juicing in the
They've now just
UFC.
made steroids basically legal in the UFC. They've gotten rid of USADA. So like,
Right. So do you want to get in there and pump yourself full of PEDs? Because you have to if you're going to beat this motherfucker. Who's
Even in
never gonna get
Ngannou, you
tired.
could argue that the reason why he's such a savage in the UFC, he needed the money. Did you hear he was only getting a few $100 per fight? And
Yeah.
apparently he was burned the money, whatever. He didn't have much money, he was broke. He had to like borrow $200K from Usman.
And then you realize the
But then now he just, sorry, I was just going to say, now he just, against
How
Fury,
much
he
did
already
he-
got a
has he
few
won?
million.
How much
And
has
now
he-
he's got KO'd against Joshua. Maybe he
Yeah.
went partying. Maybe he had a bit of fun with that 5, 6, 7, 10 million, whatever he made. You know? Because that's why Dana doesn't pay the fighters too much. It's one of the reasons, because it makes them go soft. And it's actually true. I've noticed this with staff. People aren't motivated by money, and if you pay them too much, they actually become stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Because most people aren't like us. Like, okay, if you make this much per hour, keep working. I think Tate mentioned that point. Is like, if you pay a man $1,000 an hour, smart people like us will work 18 hours a day. Most people would like just work 1 hour a week, grand a week. Nice.
The thing is, that's why we don't pay anybody and we just run Sabre fully off slave labor.
It's not even a joke.
we have a lot of people like making clips for us. They have an affiliate link. They're doing pretty well with it as well.
Yeah.
So. But
No, but even my cameraman that I'm here with now, I just said, meet me there, fly yourself there. I'm not paying you anything. I'll pay for your food and stuff. Cool, it's an opportunity. Come. Because if I have to pay and like tell someone, yo, meet me there, I'm going to pay you, they're just seeing it as a job. They don't care about me so much. They're not as invested in me. He wants to be around me. Cool, I'll pay him like that. And that's the thing. When you get to quite a high level, you can pay people in just being around you. That's like a form of payment.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay people as much if you're actually giving people an in-person mentorship. Something also to mention. And also you want to hire young people. That's what I've noticed. You don't want to hire people who are 33, 34, who've got family and kids.
100% no, yeah.
'Cause they've got
Hassan,
kids, mortgages.
what's it like when you go back to your hometown? I know you kind of regularly visit there.
Bro,
What's
no,
it
I don't
like?
regularly visit.
You were there like last month.
Yeah, that was the only time in a year and a half, bro.
Yeah, what's it like though? Do
Bro,
people look
it's-
at you weird? Is it like are
No, so I
people
didn't-
still are they still cool with you?
So when I went, my Instagram account, my personal one was banned, so I didn't meet any girls that I used to know. I didn't meet any of my friends that I used to know. I was there for 1 day in my hometown.
Is there saltiness there?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know because I didn't actually meet those people. But bro, yeah, I mean, I think if I sat down in front of people, like they'd be shocked, and I think I would be shocked seeing them realizing how much of. Bro, I feel like I haven't done anything yet. I don't have to explain it. I'm sure you guys will feel the same now in a second when you run this the fuck up, like, because you know how like it just feels natural. When something feels so natural and working hard is like the only option, and you were raised well, your dad was always telling you work hard, work hard. I don't feel like I'm special. Like, how could I not be a multimillionaire? My dad was super intelligent. He'll tell me every day, work hard, work hard. I used to come home from an exam in school. I'll get 75% in an exam. Let's say Reese, smartest kid in the class, got 81. I'm like, Dad, I got 75. That's good because Reese, and he like, let's say I've talked about Reese regularly as the smartest kid. He always gets the top score. He'd be like, what did Reese get? I'd be like, Reese got 81. So that's good, right? Because like Reese got 81, I'm only 6% off. Like as a kid saying that. He'd be like, no, that's not good. Reese beat you. And I'd be like, yeah, but it was a really hard exam. The teacher was shit. You know, it was bad paper. And he would say, okay, I accept there's a bad teacher. I accept there's a bad paper. I accept all the excuses in the world. I accept it was raining outside. I accept you slipped on the way. Whatever you want to say to me. But you should have got 82 and Reese get 81. Even if Reese got 40, that's fine. You need to get 41. As long as you beat Reese, the top kid in the class, that's fine. As long as you're the best, that's fine. Even if you got 20%, that's great. As long as Reese got 19. And that mindset made me think, yeah, like, why are you actually not the best? And then over time as a kid, because as a kid, like you're like a noob when it comes to thinking properly. You're like, yeah, my dad's right. Like, I should be getting the best. Because then he would ask me, do you think Reese is just better than you? Or like, no, sorry, he would just say, is Reese working harder than you? Because I'll be like, nah, Reese is just smarter and all this stuff. He'd be like, is Reese working harder than you? I'll be like, yeah, obviously he's Reese. Like, he's just a nerd. Like, he just, like, there's your fucking answer.
It's crazy is that competitive drive. I was like born with it. I pretty much needed to have it or I wouldn't survive. I spawned in mediocre at basically everything. But I just had a work ethic from like the age of 10. No father figure. I kind of just put Kobe
How
Bryant
long
on
did
a
you
pedestal.
not, if you don't mind me asking, how long did you not have a father ever? Like, did you ever eat?
No, actually.
Did he
I've
pass
seen
away,
I've
or?
seen everything, right? Not saying like fucking I'm a war veteran or anything of that nature, but I've been on both sides of the dichotomy of almost everything. So I actually grew up very well off. I grew up, and when I say grew up, I mean literally from like age 0 to like 5.
Oh,
and
okay.
so, you know, big 2-story house, nice cars in the front. My dad owned a car lot and everything. And then it all went away. And so I'm like, I was here and now I'm here. Literally, when I say here, couldn't afford McDonald's. I had to put like a hot dog in the toaster with my brother and just cover it in bread. And that's our food for 2 days. Like that type of, sleeping on the floor, sharing one blanket, no pillow. I came through that.
How old, like how long? For most of your life?
All the way up till I was probably 17, 18.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah. And
So interesting. Meeting people who are like now we're the same, but we're like, because I was just like standard middle class kid in England.
I feel like even if you're like completely broke in the UK and Ireland, like there's still like good support. But if
You were
you're
in
like,
America, no?
this is what I'm saying. Like if you're like broke in America, it's fucking tough, bro. You
Didn't think
know.
about that point, yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're broke in America, like, you're like actually like
Bro,
fucked.
if you move into a low income neighborhood in America,
You're living in the projects.
You're in Iraq.
Yeah.
You're in Iraq.
Nah, bro, where I lived in Tennessee, small town Tennessee, I grew up around real fucking poverty. Like going over to people's houses and it's a shack that's falling apart with roaches everywhere, dirt floors. Like
Like you just
real
don't
fucking
get
poverty.
that in Ireland.
But even still, I respect completely what these guys are saying. Even still, for you guys at home, because we don't want to make excuses for the people watching. Like,
Yeah.
these guys have become successful, right? And they're going to become more successful. If you're from America, Canada, Australia, England, anywhere in the Western world, even if it's a shithole, it's still better than Ghana and being in a shithole. Like, I know a guy from a private group. His name is Steven. I flew him out from Gambia to Dubai for our event last year. It's the first time he'd ever left Gambia. The reason why I flew him out, he sent me a video where he does pull-ups. No. Like, this guy literally lives in a dump.
Yeah.
Like, literally mud dump.
Yeah.
Like, how he got in the group.
People say you're
because-
racist as well. That's something people like they clap back. It's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I don't
you're
even,
obviously not. if
I don't
you're-
care about that one.
Yeah, Hassan's not racist. Me and Reese are the racist ones.
Mm.
But
Exactly.
Tom's pretty racist too. But
I think everyone's
I
naturally
don't
a
want
bit
to
racist.
speak for Tom, but
Yeah.
I'll speak for Reese.
Yeah, we've got to watch him. We got to put a leash on him.
we
But,
gotta
so
put a
you
leash on
flew
him.
that guy out, and what's he currently doing?
Bro, truthfully, I don't know. The reason why I don't know.
Change his life. It's like that.
No, I'm not saying I changed his life, but he did join the group and he started making a lot more money. He started making online income. But I mean, there's 1,400 people inside of my private network as of the time of us speaking now. And it's impossible to keep tabs on everyone because let's say someone right now starts an e-com brand, they start selling clothes. Within 2 months, they might change their mind. They might be doing something different. Like, it's impossible, literally impossible to keep tabs on 1,400 people.
I feel like if you just stick to something, you can't lose, though.
I
feel
completely agree. And all
Niche hopping is such a common pitfall.
Bro, completely. And all the members who have done the best inside of the group, they've all just stuck to one model.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Hassan, this advice works. The thing is, any business model works, but the main mindset principles we talk about, like do more, think less, don't overthink, these are universally true. Like, no matter which business model you're in, if you just do more and just try more, I can't see you not doing good.
Yeah.
Like, I've been posting now on YouTube for maybe a month in a row, daily videos, nearly a month. And like, I had one video like 2 days ago, do the best. And like,
What's working for you at the moment on YouTube?
So vlogs are doing better. So out of my last, like, the 4 best videos probably this month have all been vlogs, or the 3 best. Okay, so I need to do more vlogs. So yesterday I did a vlog. That's why I haven't slept now, because we're doing a vlog in the evening and blah, blah, blah. But the point is just do more vlogs then. If vlogs are working, do more vlogs. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. If this tweet style is working, do more of that tweet style. That's why your tweet style got copied by a lot of people, because people saw it working. Yeah. That's smart. It's smart to do that. If something's working, just copy it, take it for yourself.
Thing is, on
Don't
YouTube,
steal completely, otherwise you're a little bit of a loser. But I'm saying, if vlogs are working on YouTube, like Sam Sulik style, do more organic vlogs.
thing is, on YouTube, you can't really copy that much. Okay, let's say if XY Shit Muncher wants to do vlogs, cool. He's not Sam Solik, fucking 250 pounds of hulking mass. He's not a multi-millionaire. He's not living in X and Y. He's not doing what we're doing.
I agree.
We're just full sending every fucking vlog. We're literally just, okay, vlog. You almost die. You almost die. You almost die. You get fucked up beyond comprehension. And let's record everything and post it. That's literally what we're doing on the internet. Yeah. So I mean, like, copy it if you want.
Twitter's lower barrier to entry. We
it's way too bad. Yeah, we need the higher fucking barriers.
That's why it's not actually that good in that sense, because it is actually very easy to copy. Yeah. Like, I just copied your tweet. Remember we said at the start of this podcast, and one guy said, "Oh, you stole Reece's tweet." Obviously, they don't know we're here right now in person. But anyway, the point is just it's extremely low. Like, we can all copy each other's tweets for the next 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, though, to give it some credit, too, is that if you have followers on Twitter, that means people are reading your tweets. People don't even read anymore, which means it is kind of high authority. It's like you have people reading the words that you type. Bro, nowadays, you have to put a fucking siren with a soundtrack with somebody saying some emotional
shit. With a fucking
video playing underneath. Or else they won't watch it. Yeah. Like, they genuinely will not watch your shit.
I feel like YouTube grows quicker, though, because one big video can bring you a couple thousand subscribers.
That's true.
Whereas on Twitter, it's like, it's not too often I've had tweets where it's got me like that many followers, you know? Whereas one YouTube video can actually get you thousands and thousands of subs.
Yeah. And its lifespan is way longer. So like a YouTube video will go for months on end. For tweets, like 24 hours, 48 hours max, and it's gone.
And it's credibility. Like, I that's one of my regrets, I guess you could say, is I wish I did more video content before. Imagine I had videos of me picking up each one of my supercars.
Like Sneeko, bro. He started when he was like fucking 10 years old or something.
He's like the goat of it.
Yeah.
I think you need to just focus on the input. Like, I always say, focus on the input, the output will take care of itself. It's like, if you focus on actually what you want to do every day and just consistently do your tasks. Like, I don't think so much about the output. I'm not sure if you guys have, maybe you do actually, because the way you were talking about it the other day, but I'm not sure if you, like, do you guys have like yearly goals, for example? Because for me, I'm more about the daily. I only think about daily, but I think you guys are a bit more yearly focused.
I don't think past fucking week, dude.
Okay, cool.
It's easy to set a yearly goal for Saber, because it's like, okay, you want it to make millions of dollars, cool. But bro, I don't do that either. Like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do after this.
Yeah,
Beach club, mate.
Yeah. Beach club, fuck it. I mean,
but yeah, like for me, it's like I say to people all the time, business is, you know, people say business is a marathon. I say it is a marathon, but I want to sprint the marathon every single day. You know, like every day is a sprint. And when I've made the most progress in my life, even on social media, for example, it's been the times where I've like tweeted the most. You were talking about it the other day. You like would wake up to piss and tweet. Yeah. Like, I really believe I'm going to be huge on YouTube within a few months, and it's because I'm going to do daily videos for the entire 2024.
You need this energy for YouTube, bro.
Yeah, like, mark my words. But it's always when you reach the point of just complete and furious rage. Yeah. Like, I remember it was like 3 a.m. My boy just finished like recording me. We were doing a YouTube video, and I was basically saying to him, why did this other video I do get 2K views? I spent an hour and a half doing this big sales guide, got 2K views. My other money making guide got like 16K or 15K views. And I instantly got furious. I was like, this is just not good enough. The quality was so bad. If I showed you, you'd like laugh. It was the worst quality you've ever seen, because I had this neon light in the background. I was like bouncing off the camera weird. It was horrible. So instantly in that moment, I was like, we have to order everything now. Aman Ghazi style setup. We're dropping unlimited money, whatever it takes to get this. We bought like the most expensive cameras, got this black wallpaper done, because I had like a white wallpaper. Everything was just fucked. Then got fixed within 2 days. And I'd been living in that house for 8 months, and I'd never fixed my setup. But as soon as I got instantly angry that I got 2K views on a video that should have got more, and it was actually amazing advice, I was like, I know sales, that's amazing advice. Fix the problem. As soon as I got pissed off with YouTube at how slow it was growing and how it just wasn't working, I was like, daily videos, rest of the year, done. Now it's done. Done. I got 30 videos in the pipeline right now. 27, sorry.
Fuck.
And I've already just posted for the last 28. But most of the 27, I'm putting them in the bin. I'm not going to post them because they're shit. But also, I'm noticing that even though it's amazing, it doesn't get that many views. The vlogs are amazing, and it's getting views, and it's getting comments. So do more vlogs, but mixture of both. But the point I'm trying to make is, what most people will say is, oh, but you did so many videos and now you've got so many videos in the pipeline, but now you're going to throw away most of them because they're not good. So that's stupid because now you've just done extra. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll use them for my Telegram channel. I'll post them on Twitter. I'll use them for clips on TikTok. I'll post them on my Instagram feed. It's still good. I can post them for YouTube Shorts because people are afraid of doing work and squeezing without any juice. I don't mind. Who cares if the juice ain't worth the squeeze? Sometimes you get it wrong.
Thing is, doing the thing is what makes you better at the thing.
Now I feel like I'm actually a better YouTuber. I understand the game.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm in a much better position to grow.
You just fucking do it until you, bro, it doesn't matter. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? You just rep. And then you look at it, give yourself feedback, do it better next time. That's literally all it is. That's how I grew on Twitter, bro. I feel like these motherfuckers had a blueprint on Twitter, the way that how fast they grew. But me, bro, I tweeted 6,000 times.
Dude, like closing in.
Yes. I tweeted 6,000 times and probably didn't pass 500 followers. Then my 6,000 to 7,000 tweets, I got right to 5K. It's like, bro, just like this, it just happened. It's like, okay, this is what works. But I mean, I was busy with other things and shooting, and a lot of those were comments and different stuff. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do the thing till I figure it out, and it
It's
happened.
about who you're affiliated with on the timeline as well. Consider like fucking
connections are
growth.
important. But it's interesting as well because a lot of you guys might be like, oh, yeah, but it's hard to get a huge following. 5K, like, obviously it's still amazing, but it's not a huge following. Like, if you said that, especially on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, people laugh at those numbers, 5K.
Yeah.
I think like the ratios are something like if you've like 10K on Twitter, that's probably 100K on TikTok.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's like that's like a decent ratio.
Another
I
thing
agree.
on Twitter is you want to count impressions, right? So like even whenever I had 3,000, I was doing fucking 5 million, 6 million, 7 million impressions a month. So I was reaching a lot of people.
And yeah, people are always talking about engagement, but I tweet, like people say to me like, oh, you have fake followers because your engagement isn't so good. I say, no, it's just when you tweet so much, the engagement naturally goes down per post. Like people will always hate on anything anyway.
Yeah.
So guys, don't worry about it. But it's crazy because with 5K followers, he's built this business for himself and now he's met all these people from
100%.
the internet. So go build a following. If you
Yeah.
get to 3K, 4K, 5K, you'll still have an amazing opportunity from it.
And it's stair steps, right? So now I'll post a clip from my YouTube video and I'll post it on the timeline and I'll say, if you want to watch the rest of the video, go on YouTube. And then boom, now my YouTube is growing way faster than it should have. If I didn't do that and I just started on YouTube, it was going to be, okay, video. I have no followers and who's going to fucking follow me? But now I can just go tell my Twitter following to go post it. And then I can even take it a step further. I can tell Reese, Tom, yo, bro, boys, I just posted a YouTube video. Retweet. And now, bro, fuck. I got 2K views on my first video, which is like not a lot, but it's way more than you'll get on your first video, right? Whoever's first starting out. So it's a stair step. Everything's a stepping stool.
100%. Like I have 13,000 on my YouTube now, but I don't look at that and think that's amazing. I look at that and think I'm in a position to double that quite quickly because now I know the game because of action. But if I didn't take the action, I wouldn't have been in that position. Like you're not sat there thinking, oh wow, Saber's killing it now forever. You're sat there thinking already it's done this within a month. So within a year, it could be here and this could be global.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's always like you're envisioning the future. And if you're not excited by where you're heading, that's when depression sinks in. Whenever you're on an ascent, that's when you're excited in life. You can't sleep. Like right now, I'm becoming, you probably noticed it as well, I'm becoming more energized as we're doing this podcast. Like an hour and 44 minutes into this podcast, because now I'm waking up.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't slept, but now I'm actually waking up. The Red Bull's kicking in.
We're knocking the rust off.
Exactly. So it's like the more you do, the more energy you have. People have this idea that the more you do, the more tired you are. It's the opposite. The more you do, the more energy you have. The less you do, the more tired you are.
Guaranteed. Fact.
Because then you're like rusty.
And the thing is, once you actually get a win under your belt, you're probably happy for 5 minutes, and then you're like, okay, what's the next thing? And that's like a blessing and a curse. But bro, I wouldn't want it any other way. Imagine you got successful, or you made something work, and you're like, oh, that was great, and then you no longer have like the drive to go forward. That's why that's what I said in the beginning. I don't give a fuck what we do in Saber month per month, but I want to win this shit long term. I want certain people to lose. I know who I'm looking at, and I want them to lose, and I want to win, genuinely. Derek, more plays, more does, Gorilla Mine.
One common theme I've seen with pretty much every successful person or someone who's on a quick come up is that nothing is ever good enough. As soon as you hit a level, like you said, it's cool for 5 minutes. What's the next thing? Nothing can ever be good enough. You have to keep going to the next level, the next level, the next level. Whereas the average person, they get that 100K a year job. I'm good now.
Because it's actually not good enough. So on my vlog, I only posted like 24 hours ago. I think it's on like 8.5K views now. But why is that not on 85K? Yeah. Like, I'm a pretty rare individual. Like, there should be more people watching that because I know every single person who's come across my content who's actually listened to the long form stuff says this is actually very helpful. I actually go above and beyond for my community. So I think more people should be in it. And when you have that level of conviction, it sells better. Because you guys are so convinced in Sabre and because you take it yourself, the level of conviction is so different. And when you speak about something with conviction, it's everything. I know this from door-to-door sales, from running my team and knocking on so many doors myself. Customers are on a knife edge. It's like down the middle. Are they going to buy? Are they not going to buy? Are they going to sign that paperwork? Or are they not going to sign the paperwork? It's all about your conviction, how you carry yourself. And if you really believe they should buy a boiler, they're going to sign the paperwork.
Buy a fucking boiler.
If you really believe they should buy Sabre because it's actually going to help them, they can feel that energy. If you think, oh no, these guys are just doing it to make some money, again, they'll feel that energy. But people aren't getting that energy from you. They're like, these guys are real and authentic. That's why they're buying. That's why I bought. So I respect these guys. I want to support. That was before I'd even met you.
And bro, Reece will tell you, bro, I don't give a fuck about any of it. Like, as far as we'll do a record day with Saber, and I'll look at Reece, I'll be like, bro, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Like, we need this to be 10 times bigger. Of course. Genuinely. That's how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel that as well.
Yeah, of course.
Like, how happy were you after you knocked the motherfucker out? For how long, let's say? You're
So
super
I think that's
happy in
actually
the
a good
moment.
feeling. I think that gives you a bit more happiness.
You're super happy in the moment. Now you have something under your belt. And
I
you
was
can use that.
just happy I didn't get knocked out.
Yeah, yeah.
That was kind of it, because like obviously my girlfriend's there. Like, you know, there's a big crowd there. It's just like, I'm just happy I didn't get knocked out.
And that's super powerful what you said too, because negative energy can be super motivational. People
Super
don't realize.
sticky. I remember in Thailand, there's like, I think you said you did this as well. In Fifi Islands, boys, there's like these bars. There's
That's
like
a
these
good
rings.
test of a man. It's like, can you go to these bars, watch people scrap, and then get in?
So there's like these these boxing rings in a bar, and it's like if you win, you get a free drink or whatever. So I said to my boys, I'm gonna do it 100%. I'm gonna beat the guy easy, blah blah blah. I was just chatting the big game. So walk in, like get in the ring, and the referee's like choosing an opponent, and in your mind you're thinking like, I could get easily KO'd it because like when you're a smart guy, you know your limits, and also if an actual fight had come in, I'm not fucking training. I'll just do much stronger.
Anyone can come in. Like
Anyone.
He puts up your hand like this, and there's a full bar. There's like maybe 500 people drinking.
I was trying to like intimidate I was trying to like the ones who I didn't. Just, like,
they put your hand up like this.
It's scary.
They face this corner, and then like people, they see, okay, who wants to jump in?
It's
No
actually
one.
super scary.
They turn you this way, then they turn you that way,
it's
then they
completely
turn you that way, and it's just like someone's gonna say.
It might actually be more scary than like if I knew who I was fighting and they're in my weight class, that's one thing. But I was thinking like, this motherfucker's 120 kilo, some Samoan dude. The fuck?
Tom.
Yeah, that can't happen. Like,
Right? And then it's like you're just fighting this random dude and you don't know how much boxing experience he has. You don't know who he is. There's no gum shields. Like, what the fuck? But that was super fun. But when I won, after that, the feeling I had was sick. I remember we went like, what's it called? It's been a while. Beer pong. That little game, that drinking game. I remember we were doing beer pong and like I got 3 or 4 shots in a row, like shots I'd never normally hit just because your confidence, your dopamine, everything's just on point. You're on sky high level. Yeah. Everything's just going your way. It's
but
like
also, I'll say one thing about like achievements and shit like this. It's like, you know, you hear people say like, what's the best pickup line, or what's the best like, you know, outfit that I can wear on a date or whatever. It's just like, if you're just a guy that's like done things in life, like that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I like
actually
that point. I never heard it in that
like
format.
I don't even want to like
that's
fuck
like
it.
your clothing basically.
I don't want to like toot my own fucking horn here, but when I fought that night in PP or whatever, I had like a decent fight, whatever. Like there was girls in the crowd coming up to me, being like, you know, X, Y, and Z. Like, I swear, bro, I swear, like on God, I literally swear to God, they're like, oh no, like what happens in PP stays in PP, this and that. And even when I fucking knocked out that guy last year, the same thing. You'd like walk through the crowd. You know, I'd get changed, I'd put on my clothes, whatever, walk through the crowd. People come up, they're like, oh, you're the guy who got the knockout. Oh, like everyone wants to be your friends. Like the best dating hack is just like be a guy that's done shit.
100%.
Like fuck the pick-up line and like what, your hair and the outfit. Like just do shit. Literally just do shit. People respect.
Even yesterday, we're in the hotel lobby. This is a true story. It's going to be on the YouTube so you guys can see it. So I have this like business principle where it's like I put a stopwatch on and I try to do as much as possible. So I'd literally put the stopwatch on, right? We're a minute and a half into the stopwatch. And then this girl walked by on the vlog. And because I saw her looking at the camera as well, I spoke to her. Then we ended up going out with her and her friend, me and my cameraman, yesterday, like a double date. It was on the YouTube video, and then we turned it into content. So it's like, because she saw the camera, it's like she's like a consumer of you. You know what I'm trying to say? So the energy is like, I'm the pride. I hate that term. But it's like, she's the one looking at me. She's the one like, what are these guys doing with this camera in this fight?
I reckon like later when we're in Fins, right? We should do this as like a social experiment. Let's just like
100%.
get the fuck off camera. Let's make it obnoxious. And let's just see how like people in the vicinity react. Like guarantee you're going to get a lot of girls that are going to say, fuck, he must be someone. And they're actually,
100%.
yeah, they're right to be fair. I mean, you do have 100K, you have 100K. You're obviously more followers than us, but you will just attract a certain energy. People will be like, this guy must be someone.
But even if you have no followers, This guy is streaming in the middle of a...
Yeah, but use this as like a psyop though. Let's say you don't have 100K like you do on Twitter, but if you act like you do, you're still gonna like give off the energy as if you have it.
So like, they don't know. It's not tattooed on my forehead.
You could literally be a shit muncher.
You could have 100K and I could have 5K. No one
and you
knows.
could just be walking with a fucking yap like Pierre, like #1 yapper, like literally talk for fucking Lebanon, and just like have that energy, and people are like, "Fuck, this guy must be someone," but you might not be, but they don't know that.
Have you seen that video of the guy who has a fake live stream playing with like 60K live viewers?
Yes,
and
I
he
have.
walks on the red carpet and gets behind talking to celebrities, A-list and shit like that.
Conviction.
Yeah.
It's like if you had $50 to your name and you were on a date with a girl. Some people's energy is like, oh no, like we gotta save the money and all this stuff because then I'm only gonna have $20 left in the bank. And you've only got $50. You found yourself on this date. I think you shouldn't be on the date anyway if you got $50. But let's say you found yourself on this date. Just lay it down. Spend all the $50. Okay, now inflation, it might be $100, $200, whatever. But the point is, like, you're already in a fucked up position. Just lay it with conviction. She'll think you have 10 million behind you.
Yeah.
If you're getting 8, 9, 10 drinks, you're spending like no problem, you're ordering more food, ordering appetizers, nachos, she's going to think you have 10 million behind you and really you have no money.
Yeah.
So it's all about how you carry yourself anyway. Everything's how you carry yourself. I'm not telling you to fake it. I'm just saying, if you end up on a date and you've got $50 to your name, you might as well act
Blow
like
the
you have
whole
more.
fucking
Don't be
thing.
frugal, don't be cheap, because it's not tattooed on your forehead how many followers you have, how much money you have, what you've accomplished.
Bro, I'll go out and say it right now. I'm the type of motherfucker to lay it all out on the line. Last year, when I say last year, I mean the year before that actually, but like literally over a year ago from now, where I had negative $100 in my bank account. I had made a 40K a month before that.
Oh shit.
Right. I'm the type
What did
up
you blow
and
it
down,
on?
up
That's
and down.
interesting.
Redacted, right? Let's just say that I had negative $100, but it took me no time to bounce back at all, right?
Yeah.
Sales gig, boom, couple fucking 10K months, stack it up, start a company, start this, sell that, and I was back. But nobody knew that I was negative $100 when I was. And I'm not going to tell anybody.
Precisely.
But bro, there's a quote about it. It's like, I've been at the top of this game and I've been at the bottom of this game. Nobody knew either time where I was. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Why would they? Why would you go out and tell everybody?
Because you just want sympathy. That's the only reason why you're speaking. Oh no, Hassan, feel sorry for me because I've only got 100. I couldn't care. If you're watching this, like, we don't know you. So if you got hit by a car today, we wouldn't even know. Like, we don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, I say this to people as well. Like, even people you knew from school, besides that people you're really close to, you might be like, whoa, that's crazy. But people from my school, if they got hit by a car, besides more than a couple minutes, I'm like, fuck, that's crazy. I don't actually care because we haven't spoken in 6 years. It's like they're literally dead, right?
Yeah.
So no one cares. Just handle it like a boss. Poker face. You gotta be ice cold and
Even deeper than that, the people that care can't help you. What are they going to do, bro?
Yep.
Donate money to you? Do you want to be that guy? Bruh, I don't. Imagine me going on the internet and saying, yo, I'm grinding. I don't have any money right now. What am I going to start a fucking GoFundMe? The fuck? See what I'm saying?
I think one guy did this once, like a lot of guys actually, but I remember one Nigerian dude in particular, he did this GoFundMe thing. He like got these wires, like hospital wires, and faked his illness. He said he had like leukemia or some shit. Bro didn't. He got outed. He got caught. I can't remember when this was. It was a while ago now, but
Guys, I'm dropping a GoFundMe link, please. I have fucking stage 7 cancer.
But like that comes back to you. Karma, God, whatever you want to call it. Like you get what is deserved.
Yeah.
You know, so there's no
I made a
point.
tweet about that. Easy money doesn't exist. Shortcuts don't exist. Deal with the devil every time, and every time you make it, you're going to pay for it in blood. That's a fact.
there is no shortcuts.
Yeah.
Look, there actually isn't. Because people say things to me like I obviously joke a lot about Red Bull on timeline, right? So let me clear this up. I talk a lot about Red Bull online. First of all, I like C4 more now, the energy drink C4. But anyway, I talk about Red Bull a lot. People think I drink 10 a day. I don't. On average, I probably drink half a day. When I'm in the gym in Dubai, I take 1 C4 a day. Anyway, the point is people say to me, yeah, but Red Bull's unhealthy. And then I actually get annoyed. Then I want to start defending it, even though I don't like it that much. It's because you're telling me you want to get rich as fuck. You want to be a baller. You want to be the top 0.001%. Because it's not about the money. It's like you want to be in the top 0.11. You want to be rare, right? You want to be an anomaly. And then you're not willing to like lose a bit of health points. You're not willing to lose a bit of sleep.
Yeah.
Like my cameraman right now, the reason why he's my cameraman and I told him to come meet me is because at my event, he told me he was working 2 jobs, working on his Etsy store. He's making $3,000 a week just from pure hustle delivery jobs and the e-com stuff. And most people in that same position, like, oh, I don't want to work a job. It's the matrix. It's the system. It's like you're sleeping 4 hours a night. Okay, now he's not. But sometimes you have to sleep 4 hours a night. Sometimes you have to take Red Bull. Sometimes you have to do unhealthy things. If smoking 2 shishas a day is what gives you power,
Yeah.
and it's unhealthy for your lungs, just do it initially for a couple months. It's not going to kill you. And if it does, you deserve to die. Genetic weakness.
Legitimately, one of the healthiest things you can do is just be unhealthy every now and again.
Yeah.
Like I had a tweet
Good
on
for your
this.
soul.
I had a tweet on this. It was like, look at all the people that do like carnivore for like 10 years, or like 11 years, whatever. Like they eat the cleanest they can possibly do, whatever. They don't smoke, whatever. You give that person a burger or a slice of pizza, and all of a sudden they're sick for like a week into just being fucking pristine fucking.
They get fragile, bro.
Yeah, they literally get fragile.
Yeah.
Whereas like you take someone like us, where it's just like we smoke a couple of nights a week, we drink a couple of nights a week. It's like, yeah, like we're still, you know, by all accounts and all quantifiable measures, still perfectly healthy.
No,
Like,
genuinely, when I'll say it right now, bro. When I first got here, I was super hyped to meet everybody, and I didn't fucking sleep for a week. We were going on missions every single day. Then Jacob got here, and we were hyped that Jacob was here, and we went on missions every single day for a week. Then Tom got here, and we were hyped. We went on missions. Bro, I spent the fucking probably 5 weeks in a row sleeping maybe an average of 8 hours a week, not eating the correct foods. Literally, like daily diet would be like cigarette, chocolate bar, bintang or something, and just going every single day until me and Tom woke up with the flu. Me and Tom woke up with the flu on a day that we're like, bro, we probably shouldn't have the flu today. We went, got an IV, put together a bunch of antivirals and some random medicine, and just fucking popped it all. By the end of the day, we were fine. We were like, today we're not going to be sick. And fuck it, done. You know
I hate all these health optimizers because it's not reality. Like worrying about each macro, each micronutrient, biohacking, all this rubbish. Biohacking is a waste of time. Like, let's say you get to a few million. Oh, cool. Then okay, really start worrying about the biohacking side of things. But you can't be scared of having one cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, it's socially weird as well if you're always saying no to everything.
Yeah.
You know, I can't drink orange juice because it goes against my macros, bro.
It is.
And the proof is in the pudding. Look at all of us sitting here. We drink, we smoke, we eat fucking burgers. Look at us. We're all in better shape than 99.9% of people.
Bro, I'm probably sitting at 10% body fat right now. Bro, just
you're fucking strong. You're weirdly strong. Like
Yeah.
I've been lifting for like 10, 12 years, and I can truthfully say it's a strong cunt.
yeah, pound for
freak
pound,
of
I'm
nature.
probably pretty much as strong as it gets without being fucking
Got some
roided.
weird ratio.
Yeah, it is. Well, my dad, I get that from my dad, genetics for sure. My brother is even stronger than me, which is freaky. My brother was benching 3 plates. He was 16 and a half, and he's my height. So it's fucking insane.
That is insane.
Pass me that glass of water or something.
But yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the angle we wanted to take with Saber. So it's like we just wanted to come up with one thing, so you don't have to just obsess over like 14 different bottles in your fucking pantry that you take every morning and fucking autistically check this and that. It's just one thing.
Yeah,
Test, energy, focus, done. Don't have to worry about it. I feel like the people that obsess over these things too much, it's like horseshoe theory. It starts going back the other way.
100%. That's what we did. We just put everything in a concoction, had people
You
do
don't have
research.
to fucking think about it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna
because
think
then you
more.
rely on it too much. If you have 14 things and you feel like I need my this, I need my that.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what we do, right? We did extensive research. Really, when I say extensive research, it was DK pharmacy background, then his people who are also in the medical background, and then we have Reece, who's just a fucking degenerate bodybuilding forum scroller that's been from the very beginning. I've seen Reece go on a biology rant and not stop till literally fucking an hour later. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. I didn't understand shit, but I believe you. So Reece has been fucking shredded, diced to pieces too. We're not giving him enough credit right now. He's been fucking diced to pieces. And so we're like, okay, we put this together, we do the research for you, and then you trust us. Why? Because we have what you want. We live the fucking lifestyle that you want to live, most likely. We're fucking jacked, tan, handsome. We're talking to X, Y, and Z. Would you like to do this? Sure. Well, we're telling you this will be supplementary on your journey to do that. Supplement.
If you're a fat cunt and you try and take any pill, even if you're a fat cunt and you take a fucking steroid, you take tren, you're still going to be a fat loser.
Yeah.
So like this really is for someone who's already on that life, who's already on that path, and then you add in like a little bit of optimization on the top, and like that literally is the cherry on top.
100%.
Like you're just going to get an extra 5-10% out of your day. If you're slamming sales calls, you're going to slam a little bit more. You're just going to be a little bit more hungrier for your gym sessions. That's what I've noticed anyway. I just want to go that little bit more. I've got that little bit more motivation in me.
I'm the first person that got Saber ever because I handled shipping and fulfillment, so naturally it had to come to me first. So I'm also the first person that took it. When I took it first, obviously at that point it was already tested and everybody had already, like deemed that it was safe and also productive and done what we wanted it to do, and we ran it through the labs or whatever. But I was the first real consumer to take it. I took probably triple the dosage you're supposed to, and my head started fucking throbbing and my heart started pumping. I'm like, oh, okay, this is doing what we wanted to do. It was boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, we're going to hit the mark with this one.
Regular dosages are for regular people.
Yeah.
This is not a health advice.
Yeah, 100%. I had already detoxed from all supplements and shit, so my tolerance was low, and I'm just like, all right, triple dosage. Fucking transcended reality a little bit, but yeah.
I mean, I'm the type of guy where I've done all the real shit, you know, fucking Adderall, cocaine. I've done all the real drugs, the real stimulants, and I will say that Sabre is legitimately one of the best, cleanest stimulants ever taken.
Yeah.
I would take Sabre before I take Adderall again, and Adderall's fucking awesome, for reference.
We could have made it better and put dangerous shit in there. Not necessarily dangerous shit, but just shit you can't take every day, right? Just shit like, okay, this is a neurotransmitter, probably not healthy if you take this 5 days in a row. And we had ingredients in there lined up first, but then we're like, bro, let's take these out. We want this to be able something you could spam. Just spam it all fucking day. Thank God we're doing well, and everybody that's taking Sabre is also doing well. We've just gotten fucking great testimonials. Cardinal Mason just bought a bottle today. Hopefully he liked it.
That's the thing, it's a supplement, right? Because you'll have these losers in the comments just say, oh, yeah, but supplements don't do anything. Well, it's a supplement. It's not a replacement for
anyone
food.
that says that. I first like to say, okay, let's take a look at you then. If you're like, you know, the supplement guy, let's take a look at your physique. Let's take a look at your lifts.
Yeah.
Let's see what you like. Okay, you're the supplement guy. Let's see. Oh, you're a fat cunt. Yeah, your opinion is irrelevant because I never want to look like you.
Yeah, no,
Like
exactly.
respectfully. Oh, you can't bench 3 plates. Okay, you're a bitch. Like,
That's a good point. That's a great fucking point because, Hassan, do you take advice from people that make no money?
No, of course
Is
not.
that how you got where you are today? All right, well, listen, I'm top 1% every fucking lift for my body weight. This motherfucker can knock out somebody on a 10 days notice. This motherfucker is genuinely, I mean, we're just going to have, and look, I'll put it like this. When Reece gets a 2 million impression post where the entirety of North America hates him, you know what he does in replies? He just starts fucking physique posting in every reply just to mock the people. So it's like, and then you have DK. DK looks like he runs a caliphate. All right, bro, we can run this supplement company and be ethical about it. Just like Hassan can send products about how to make money, and it makes sense because he makes money, right?
People have this weird conception about selling. They think selling is sleazy because there's this term called snake oil salesman. But if you actually believe in your product, I would say it's like you're doing a disservice to society if you don't promote it. If you really believe your supplement's the best and you looked at everyone else out there and you're like, our supplement is as good, if not way better, and we have cool marketing to back it, you should be shouting it from the rooftop saying 100%. Buy. Like in my Telegram channel where I talk about new money a lot, I literally bully people into joining. I genuinely, on my mom's life, I say this. I feel sorry for people who are not in the group because I've seen how much I've changed people's lives. To answer your question earlier, you're saying who's the number one person who's... What was the question?
Most valuable person you've met.
Yeah, probably my boy Craig, who I live with because we have e-com brands together now, and also I live with him and he helps me pay the rent, and also, he's helped me with so much stuff, even like camera stuff, streaming stuff the other day in Bali. Like he knows so much about technology. But that's like how initially he was providing value to me, like helping me with all this nerdy shit.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, we just got into business together. So yeah, it's super, super important to meet people online. But yeah, if you believe in your product, talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
If you don't sell it, somebody else is going to sell something shittier than your product to that same person. And
They're
now
taking
you're
your
losing.
money and your product's better.
Yeah.
Why would you be okay with that?
100%.
And the thing is, if you're not speaking with conviction about the product, then people listening are going to be thinking, okay, this is definitely some bullshit because I know this guy wants my money and he's not talking about it with confidence. Okay, he definitely doesn't believe in it. He just wants the money. Because everyone listening to you talk about any product in life, whether it's this t-shirt, supplement, this phone, this glasses, they know that you're selling it for money, obviously, because if it was for free, you wouldn't be doing the business. Obviously, we all need to survive. We all have bills to pay. So they know you want the money. So you have to counter that natural objection they have in their head of, this guy wants my money. So what I used to do in door-to-door sales, I would like basically, if I think they're not really like budging a bit, I'll be like, look, bro, like, I'm a 20-year-old kid. Like I'm doing this as a part-time job. I'll tell them I'm still in uni when I'm not, because I don't want to tell them I got kicked out for getting. I'm doing this as a part-time job. I'm at the local university, and look, I'm just a salesman. I'm just here to get your signature. I get paid for getting your signature if the boiler deal goes through. Blah blah blah. The surveyors and the installers, they're the professionals. They're the one been doing it for years. I'd act like that, like nonchalant. I'm just there for the fucking money.
Yeah.
Like, and they'd respect that. They'd be like, all right, I like you. You're an honest guy. I'm like, bro.
Trust
I can show you a picture on my phone of your neighbor, Claire. She's 3 doors down. Look, here's a picture of me, selfie, me and her with the boiler. Like, it's legit. I just need your signature. And they'll be like, this motherfucker's good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like another thing I'll do is just because I believe in it so much, if I feel like they're not listening, I'd stop and be like, bro. Or I'd be like, sir, or madam, I have a feeling you haven't listened to a word I've said. So I'm going to start again. And they just respect that because most people are just so used to going off a script. We've not scripted anything. I'm sure these guys who are watching can feel it. We've completely just winged this. One thing we said is, what should we open with? And I was like, Francis Ngannou just lost.
Because we literally just watched it. We just finished watching on the way here.
So we're like, let's just talk about Francis Ngannou. And since then, it's been winged.
I want to take a 180 though, quickly. Okay. Kind of just like fucking throwing a spanner in the works here a small bit. What are your thoughts on Ryan Garcia? With what's going on at the moment?
Interesting.
Or what's happening there?
Yeah, so what are my thoughts on him?
What do you
he's saying?
think is happening? Do you think?
I mean, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff does happen in this world.
Do you think he's capping?
Does he
Do you
what?
think he's capping? Do you think it's just like to build up the fight?
Do I think he's been touched as a 2-year-old? He said.
He said,
Maybe
yeah.
about that, but this other stuff you were saying, yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is real. But what I will say, because you asked me this the other day on the podcast that we did, the reason why I don't talk too much about conspiracy theories is because, I just can't change it, and I don't.
You have been speaking about Ryan Garcia a small bit though in your last.
I have. What did I say on Twitter though?
You said something like, "We need more people like him to kind of speak up and fucking expose what's going on."
Yeah, I believe you should talk about what you actually believe in and know, 100%. But I just don't know too much about that stuff. I just know the very surface level stuff, and that's why I talk about the very surface level stuff, because I've never gone into it too much. Because like, like this talk about aliens and powerful people are like aliens and they change, and I think you guys are more into conspiracy. Yeah. I remember like for a few hours I was like kind of going down this little rabbit hole, and I was like, I stopped for a second. I was like, wait. I'm becoming that guy. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy too much into like, is it going to help me make more money? Until I'm really powerful, I don't see the point of it too much. Now, some of you guys maybe disagree. Like, no, it's important to know. I think I know enough to know the system's bullshit, but I don't know if I need to go too deep.
I think the system is bullshit, and anything that comes out is probably way worse than it actually is being said.
Yeah.
And I think just
Say
everybody.
that again. It's actually worse than what's being said.
What Ryan Garcia is saying, I think it's 100 times worse.
Yeah, I agree with that point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's 100 times worse, and I do think everybody has an obligation to know. But I also think that if you can't change it, you just need to go back and just go back to your truth. My truth is Jesus Christ is the truth, the way, and the life.
But shall I tell you as well, what I think though is just that I believe that it's the trick of the powerful to spread misinformation. So
I
even if
think
I do
there's-
go down a rabbit hole, it's very hard to find like actually what's going on. Let's say I found this to be true. I'm still a little shit muncher living in Michigan.
True,
Like
but,
that kind of-
but I also think it's a populist movement if you want to change anything, and everybody needs to be on the same. As far away as that fucking sounds, with rampant consumerism, propaganda, and shit like that, I genuinely think everybody needs to take a stance against it. And if it doesn't happen that way, it never changes. Oh, Pierre, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do with it? Maybe nothing, but we can fucking try. That's what I think.
I agree with that point. But what I'm saying is, for example, instead of going down like the craziest like conspiracy theories, which a lot of them are true, instead of going down like these alien lizards, all these things, I think it makes more sense and it hits the masses more to kind of talk about why are both men and women working two jobs, and like it changed, inflation is crazy, because more
That's the
people
root.
understand that. And also I feel like that's more changeable. I don't know.
No, you're right in the sense of too. Like, let's say you're fucking fat, ugly, and smelly. All right, stop talking about Ryan Garcia, bro. Go fix yourself, and then maybe we can talk about this other stuff that's happening to other people, and we can help change the world, whatever. But like, yeah, obviously you need to change yourself first. But also, it's like these things are gonna come to the forefront, and it's like there's gonna be bystanders and there's gonna be not bystanders. And it's like if you're bystanding to something heinous. By the way, I don't know what the fuck Ryan Garcia said. All I know is that Ryan Garcia said it, and because Ryan Garcia said it, I don't give a fuck what happened.
Right.
Be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm like, okay, he's saying this, Y, and Z. He's probably saying the truth. I don't care because it looks like it's a publicity stunt. I'm a motherfucker that does publicity stunts too. I'm not a motherfucker that's watching publicity stunts happen. I genuinely believe what he did probably capped half of it. Other half he probably exaggerated it, and he's doing it to sell tickets for his fight. That's what
And he gained 100K followers on
Yeah.
Twitter, and he's got a fight, funnily enough, in a month and a half. So there's
think
that as well.
If you're broke and you're in your parents' home and you're obsessing over conspiracy theories, you're a fucking loser. But I will say one thing: you do have to get to the point where you actually have to genuinely critique and analyze everything that is happening, just so that you're not getting finessed. What shape is the Earth, right? All I know is that they're lying about the shape of the Earth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to prove that in 1 second. Go on to Google right now and type, "Is the Earth pear-shaped?" This is what comes up. Is the Earth pear-shaped? Many people think that the Earth is perfectly round. However, it is actually pear-shaped. No one knows this. The actual narrative from NASA is that we're on a spinning obloid spheroid pear.
Here's the
Because
crazier
the
part.
maths didn't match, which means every single photo they've showed us of a perfect sphere over the years is literally just bullshit. Because it's not a perfect sphere; it's a peroid.
The craziest part though is that
You can Google this.
5 years ago, it was egg shaped.
Look at this.
That was the main narrative.
I don't know. Can you zoom in on this? Is the Earth pear-shaped? Yes, it is pear-shaped. This is the approved narrative. First fucking result on Google.
The approved narrative has changed 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
But the
15
reason
years
that
ago.
it's changing is because, right, if you type in flat Earth and you go through all the flat Earth shit, you're going to just get, it's like similar with the vax stuff, right, from back in 2019. It'll be all the retards they'll show you first. You just say, oh, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You stop watching it. But the actual real shit, if you go into it, you're like, fuck, this actually makes sense. right? This actually makes sense. But like, they won't show you that. They'll push that to the back. They'll only show you the retards. But the reason why now they're coming out and they're changing and they're massaging the narrative and they're now saying that it's pear-shaped is because the maths isn't matching for it being a perfect sphere. But what I'm trying to say to you is you need to then take that level of awareness and say, right, so that means every photo they've shown us for the last 70 years that is apparently Earth is bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's not a pear.
So what else are they
CGI.
lying about?
So what else? Okay, so we
everything.
know they are lying about the shape of the Earth. That's a fact. All right? They're saying it's this, then it's this, now it's a pear. It's like, which is it?
Yeah.
So we know they're lying about the shape of the Earth.
You see
So-
that thing on Twitter where they were like, "This is a picture of this is the picture of Venus," and then people in the comments are like, "Bro, shut up."
Yeah.
It's like
Every single thing you see on Twitter where it's like, this was taken a photo of today of like 25 trillion light years away. No, it's not. Like, that's a fucking computer. Like, it's bullshit. It's literally bullshit.
especially with AI now, like
Yeah, it
anyone
is.
can edit that.
You need to just be aware because otherwise you're being finessed. But don't obsess over it, especially if you're broke.
Hassan, so you asked, what are they lying about? Let me ask you this. So you are one of the few rulers of the earth. Your job is to keep the masses under
No, can I just
control.
quickly say for the just in case someone has got it wrong, I know they're lying about everything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that don't go too deep into the rabbit hole and be a fat motherfucker in Michigan's parents' house. But yeah.
But this is more for them at home. Ask
Yeah,
yourself, if you're in that position, what incentive do you have to tell the truth? You have zero incentive to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And that's why everything's a lie.
You want to control everyone.
Exactly.
Because if let's say us four ruled the fucking world, I wouldn't want to tell everyone all the things I'm telling them now. Because why would I?
There's only downside.
And I'd like to think that, no, we would. And like, okay, maybe Pierre's crazy. He wants to do all this mad shit. And me, Reece, and Tom be like, come on, Pierre, bro, let's be fair to all the people. But power corrupts. And naturally, the people who attain such powerful positions, they're more the kind of people who are susceptible to being
Exactly.
corrupt by power. So it's a tricky one. It's a difficult one. And I've understood in life that I've been wrong about a few things in life where I said, nah, I would never do this, but then I've done this. I always told myself, I'm going to make sure I bring every single person up from my school. Every single person I've ever known, I'm going to make them rich. That went out the fucking window real quick.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking stupid and I tried and they'll never even message me back and they'd always be, I'm walking with my girlfriend to the dog and, bro. So I've been
There are
wrong
certain
before,
people
so-
you just literally can't help. Like,
Bro, I used to call
back in the
this
day,
guy,
you try
what
to
did
put
I-
people onto certain things. You're like, oh, bro, here, and they just don't care. But that's fine. They don't care. That's fine. We're not all, wired this way. But you need to realize that. And I also think, like, the more you try and help them, the more you try to bring them on, put
resent
them
you.
onto things, they resent you.
Bro, they completely resent you.
Yeah.
They completely resent you.
They
Because
start
they think
thinking-
that you think you're better than them in like a bad way when it's actually like a, bro, bro, we're together, we're bros.
Yeah.
It's sad, it's super sad.
Dude, I actually had like a large scale event that I did that in. So I had this thing, like literally I just turned 18. I started this trading group. And how I was going to sell this trading group, mind you, having absolutely no money, is I literally just called everybody on my phone, brought them into one location, made them call everybody on their phone and brought them to that location. And then I stood up on pedestal, sold everybody. And now I had a fucking trading group with 150 people. And I had my friend who was a fucking absolute degenerate loser, looking at the charts all day, sending signals, trade this, trade that, and it was going really good. The thing is, we would go on like a 10 in a row win streak. We'd lose one time. Everybody was risking their entire fucking bankroll, and then they lost. The thing is, eventually, this group of fucking 100 people all got in together, and it's like, I have a group full of 19-year-olds. I'm telling them you can get rich. I didn't fucking know a difference, but they were like, okay, they were doing the right steps, but it's not in the cards for them to ever get rich. So now they're looking at me trying to fucking pull them into like making some money, and they're like, yo, Pierre, we all fucking hate you. Actually, how it ended up burning into flames. How it ended up burning into flames is I had girls in the group too, and I had girls in the group because I had maxed out basically the men within my network. And I was like, okay, how do we add girls? And these girls that I liked were like, I'll start a women's section of the trading group. And I started flirting with all the girls, and they all found out, and they all started gossiping to everybody else, and the whole thing burnt and died. But yeah, so these are things that you go through when you're 18, 19. I go through when I'm 18, 19. You just figure out you can't take these people with you. I generally liked like maybe 20 of them. I was like, yo, bro, if we keep doing this and the saving and then put into this and then crypto, we can make it.
I remember as well with Forex. So I made like $3,000. So I started to make a bit of money with Forex, like $3,000 profit at the time. I was making like a couple £100 a week with my door-to-door sales job. And I remember trying to tell everyone I knew from university and my school, yo, you have to get in Forex. And I was like posting on my story, like, oh, look, I made like a couple grand, like DM me, And I was DMing all these people, like people I used to know from uni, like, bro, fuck uni, like I got kicked out, now look, I'm making $3,000 this week, that's profit. And they wouldn't believe me. And I didn't know why at the time, because I didn't know Forex had such a bad reputation. And then like one of them like blocked me. I was like, what the fuck? I thought like me and this guy were cool, he blocked me. Then a few weeks later, when I lost all my money, or like a week later, I lost all my money when the markets reopened. kind of started thinking like, wait, maybe he blocked me because he thought I was trying to scam him, and I kind of pieced everything together. But yeah, people just, they literally either resent you because they think that you think that you're better than them, or they think you're trying to scam them, or they think that it's too good to be true. Because most people are like, if they have a way to make money, they're not going to share it with other people.
Yeah.
Whereas we're the kind of people who would tell our boys.
Yeah.
But most people aren't that way, so it's hard, man.
And
Most people have a perception of the world where they don't believe you can make it without cheating. So when they see someone that they used to know winning, they assume that you had to cheat to get there,
So you're
or
the
else
same-
they would be there too.
Yeah, fact. You had a tweet on that recently, actually.
Yeah. And I used to think I wasn't better than everybody. And now I'm like, it makes me more money to think I'm better than yourself. For the record, everybody who's watching this, I am better than you. Fuck it.
The thing is, people say that, but it's like, if you're stronger than someone and you make more money than them, and then you're funnier and you're better at this and you're better at that and you're better at that, well, you're still a human like them, but you are technically better than them at this skill, this skill, this skill, this skill, and these are seen as the most important metrics as a man. So you're kind of better.
Yeah.
Like,
I think as a guy, like, it's quite easy to tell. Like, you can literally do like a maths equation.
you know what it is though, because what they do is they'll say, okay, you're stronger, you're richer, you're this, you're that, but nah, you know what? I'm more moral than you. You're immoral.
Yeah.
You're a cheater, you're a liar, you're a scammer, you're a fraud, but I have better morals than you. It doesn't matter that you're physically, the things that we can measure, you're better at everything. I'm in this immeasurable thing, funnily enough, I'm better than you.
And the crazy part
funny.
is most people that don't hold a candle to people like us in this room currently, they'll go ahead and say that, oh, I'm more moral than you, Hassan, because I do X, Y, and Z. And the truth is they're not. Behind closed doors, I can't even imagine how many times you've donated to things, how many times I've donated to things, how many times I've helped somebody and nobody. And look, I'm not out here saying, yo, I'm the fucking guy that helps everybody. I'm not. But I'm stronger. Therefore, I can lift the heavier car if somebody's coming underneath it and they're about to die. I have more money, so I can donate more to any charity than you. What the fuck are you going to do? Fucking sit and wank one in your bedroom and pretend
Bro,
you're a good person.
The worst thing ever. So there's this fat motherfucker on Twitter, right? And he's actually losing weight. I think maybe you know him. I think his name was like Dave. And I said to him, I quote tweeted him. Not gonna lie, I know I did it for engagement. Anyway, I'll still give you the 5K if you get a six pack, you're fine. But I quote tweeted him and said, if you get a six pack, I'll fly you out to Dubai and give you 5K. Got like thousands, 100 like, 500 like, 700, whatever. He replied saying, thank you, G, blah, blah, blah. Everyone in the comments was like, I thought you were a millionaire. You're giving away only 5K. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This guy, he's a random guy, I never met him. I said, I'll give him $5,000
Yeah.
for just getting a six pack. I don't know this guy. Why does it matter if he gets the six pack? Like, you only give away 5K. What?
Yeah.
People do that to everybody. They'll be like, oh, Warren Buffett only gave 50 million to that charity. He's worth whatever billion. How much have you fucking given away? You don't even have 50 cents to give.
And it's not like, because what people do, bro, is they do it like this. Oh, this guy owns 50 grand a year, and let's say he gave away a grand, which is 2% of his income. Warren Buffett, let's just say, has 100 billion. He should give away 2 billion, which is 2% as well. No, it doesn't work like that, because that's 1 grand, that's 2 billion. Even though it's the same percentage, this is $2 billion, which could buy a fucking small country. And this is $1,000, which could buy you nothing, less than an iPhone 15 Pro Max. So it doesn't matter about the percentage. It matters still about how much money. 50 million is 50 million. He could still just buy another jet for himself. He's giving it to this bullshit charity, which is going to take his money anyway.
Armchair commentators, people will always have a fucking
Not in the
opinion.
game, not in the field.
They're literally like outside the arena, looking in, telling people how they should spend their money, how they should do this.
I guess that's like an overall theme of this podcast so far. Is like,
Unless you're in the arena,
do
shut
what
the fuck
you
up.
yeah, just do you, bro. Because none of these people matter. And I've had so many people recently, especially this guy came to mind. He messaged me saying, "Bro, I used to think you're the biggest dickhead on Twitter, but now I really like you. You speak your mind." And like, there's like a saying. It's like first what's it? I think I said it to you on the last podcast. First they don't notice you. Tyler Lopez said this. First they don't see you or they don't know you. Then they laugh at you. Then they hate you because like you're seen as a threat. Then they love you. Then you're like a legend. So first they don't know who you are. You're too small to even notice. Then they laugh at you because like, who's this loser trying? I've seen him, but he's just a loser trying. They write the hate comments to us. Then they hate us because like, oh fuck, like Reece is starting to do well, like you know. Then they love him, like Reece keeps doubling down. I like this guy now. Then he's like a legend because he's been around for 10 years. He just keeps killing it.
I saw you never fucking apologize too, by the way.
Never apologize.
Double down.
Never apologize. You get out and you apologize. They think they got you, and then they keep fucking trying to murder you on the internet.
McGregor, what did he say?
I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
Yeah, I know.
To
He
absolutely-
has-
That made him a legend. Like,
he has another banger. It's like 1 week they love you, the next week they hate you. Just make sure you get paid both weeks. It's a banger.
That's the banger.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. What do you actually think about McGregor? Do you think he'll come back, or do you think it's just all talk? He's meant to fight Mike Chandler, I think.
You never know. I don't like commenting on powerful people and rich people too much because it's so hard to judge their actual personal life. Because we know how it is as well, just with Twitter and stuff. Like, there's so much going on behind the scenes with these people, and it's like he's running a PR campaign. Bro, this guy's a genius. McGregor's been injured since 2021 July, and now
He's
it's
still the face of the fight
2024 March, bro.
Yeah.
And this dude is talking about how he's going to come back. Maybe 3 years ago he decided, okay, this leg injury is too serious. Maybe the doctors already know. Maybe he actually can't come back.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too serious to compete. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'll go out like this. And he's just been dangling the carrot for 3 years, nearly 3 years.
That's why they got rid of USADA, is basically so he can just take a shitload of gear and come back.
And
I'm
he did the
convinced-
movie.
I'm
So he took a bunch
convinced.
of roids, did the movie. He made the best of a bad situation.
That's crazy. They're just
Like,
gonna
That's
gas him up.
power, when they can literally get rid of USADA just because they want you to come back and fight.
Fuck's sake, yeah. And you'll see him moving like a fucking 12-car police escort. You're like, all right, yeah, this motherfucker made it. He's not worried about anybody else right now.
Because people always say, yeah, but doesn't he have something to prove? It's like, he doesn't care about proving Michael64 on Instagram. Some
Yeah.
random guy living in Newcastle in England. Like, he came back and won.
Newcastle.
He made it. He proved it.
I think he mentioned that it's his kid. I think his kid's name is Connor Jr.
Yeah, it is.
He wasn't like old enough to like. He was like alive when he was like finishing his last few fights, but he wasn't like old enough to actually like perceive what's happening. So he doesn't really like know like how like or like what McGregor did, like the fucking veracity of that. Whereas like now he's like old. I think he's like 5 or 6. So like Connor like wants him to actually have memories of Connor just being a fucking G, which is why he wants to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to put my money on it, I think he would come back because you can always just have a less competitive fight with not someone who's top 5.
I reckon he could still come back and probably knock out. Like he stands like a puncher's chance against anyone, to be honest, at that division.
Yeah.
I reckon he could beat Chandler.
Just the way he fights, bro. It's like it's either yes or no. It's like he's gonna knock you out, or he probably isn't gonna win
Also,
the fight. So
him coming back with USADA gone out of the equation, him on EPO, like an infinite gas tank. Like
Yeah.
he's going to be a different fighter.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he's legit pumping the fucking EPO, like
That-
he's
that's
not
his-
going to get tired, bro.
that's his weakness, right? His cardio. So if he just fucking,
I reckon he could come back better than what he was, legitimately.
we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, Conor McGregor, you're getting called out by Tom.
I saw Tommy Fury call out McGregor the other day as well. It's all
Really?
just clout. It's all views.
What's that, 100-pound weight difference?
No, but I think I'm saying McGregor would still win that. I think because KSI, I think beat Tommy Fury. You know,
That's a good point.
Tommy Fury's not that good.
Do you think all those fights are real?
No, the Jake Paul fights are all rigged.
I don't think.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think they're real either.
Did you not see like Anderson Silva and Jake Paul? Like literally, Anderson Silva was like he would choose rounds to not throw.
Yeah.
Like the first round he didn't throw a thing. Second round he came back. It's like, oh shit, he can win. Third round he didn't throw. Fourth, like it was literally
I
every
don't know, man.
second
I'm
round.
really split down the middle with this because
I think it's all Fugazi.
I believe that Jake Paul's been boxing how many years? 5.
Jake Paul's
Something like
good.
that.
Best money, best resources. I believe like he should knock out old Tyron Woodley. I know he's a savage in his prime, but even towards the end of his UFC career, he was falling off a bit.
I reckon there's some clauses in there being like Anderson Silva couldn't spark him out. I feel like there's like definitely some clauses in there.
I hear what you're saying, and it makes sense business wise, and always like follow the money. But then again, like a lot of the people he's, like, for example, again Ben Askren, like Ben Askren actually is not good at punching, and he's way smaller than Jake, and Jake's way younger and fitter, and he's more hungry, has more to prove. I don't know, like part of me thinks it's real as well. Like, they are genuine punches.
He's a good boxer. He's way better than Logan. 100%. I'm not taking that away from him, but I still think that there's still some stipulations in the contracts.
They could be, yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the thing,
It-
we
it's
never
just-
know though.
it's a
That's why I don't
circus,
go
bro.
down there so much, that rabbit hole kind of thing,
Yeah.
because you don't know until we're in that room and we're like signing something where we have a fight going on and this is happening, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's
You're
all
right.
just talk.
It doesn't make money. It doesn't make money for Jake Paul to get knocked out in his second bout or something like that.
But then again, let's say you're Jake Paul. This is like my only objection to that. Let's say you're Jake Paul and you're fighting this guy called John. Even if it's not in the contract, you know that John physically cannot knock you out.
Yeah.
So that's almost like signing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's almost like signing the contract without signing the contract. Like he knows all these people aren't going to knock him out.
I think if you gave a UFC fighter 12 weeks to knock out anybody that doesn't have a fighting background and he can do whatever, right? I think he fucking knocks out anybody. Any casual? I think so. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Especially if it's a striker. Now, Ben Askren, because I'll tell you exactly what I thought. When I saw Jake Paul fight Ben Askren and Ben Askren got his shit fucking whacked, I was like, possible, right? But Tyron Woodley 2 times. Bro, Tyron Woodley 2 times. We won't get too deep into it, but I'm like, bro, if you give this motherfucker an entire camp and put Jake Paul the object of his destruction, I think Tyron Woodley wins that, no matter what. It's fucking all noise now, right?
But the point is that Jake Paul, that was his mindset, that Tyron Woodley was his object of destruction. He's way young and he has more to prove. Tyron Woodley, towards the end of his UFC career, is like kind of gun shy with his shots. He wasn't throwing as much.
Yeah.
He lost a dog.
Yeah, he lost that. Because, bro, like, I think money gets to a lot of these people because it makes sense. Like,
Yeah, it
they
does.
fight for that cash and then they get it. And then
I mean, shit, he was poor at the time, no?
What's your main motivation right now? If you've already fucking made it on this,
I don't know. We were talking about this in the last podcast. What, like replay my clip on the last podcast.
I was
I don't
fucking smashed, bro. There's a lot of drink going around the last podcast.
know. It was just we were just talking about how there's literally nothing else to do. Like, what else do you
Yeah.
do? Everything else is pretty depressing. And it's fun to just constantly progress and just chase more. It's fun to like have problems and then deal with the problems and then be stressed with new problems and then deal with those problems and then think, everything's fucked, and then fix it again. Just fun. Like I love right now knowing I'm on like 1 or 2 hours sleep and then I'm doing this. It just makes me feel important and special. And I got all these problems. Not a problem. I chose to not sleep.
Yeah.
Right, and now I'm here. I chose to be here. So it's like, it's good.
Do you meet with a lot of people in Dubai?
No, not really.
Just keep to yourself. Why is that?
Yeah, like sometimes someone will message me after I kind of have to meet them because I met them. I'm not gonna name names because it might reveal who I'm talking about, but sometimes I feel like I kind of have to meet someone. I owe them a meeting. Oh, fuck's sake. I don't like meeting people too much unless I know there's mutual gain or unless I genuinely think they're cool.
Yeah.
Before I met you guys, they'd be genuinely cool to meet you guys because like a group of people as well. That's different. Like it's like like lads.
Yeah.
It's like a group culture, but in general, I don't like meeting people too much because like, what are they gonna tell me?
Yeah. No, yeah, because you realize that
Everyone's the same kind of thing.
it's the same, and not only that, it's like on the internet, it makes more sense to talk anyway. For some random, like if you guys are going to do any type of collab, unless you're literally filming a podcast, there's nothing you can do in person that you couldn't just do on the internet instead. It's like, why do you want to meet me in person now? But there's a lot of celebrity culture. What I'll say to everybody is be fucking careful, bro, because if somebody's
So
showing
again,
you,
what was the point?
it's celebrity worship, and I'll build out the
celebrity.
point like this. People don't think that they get treated like a celebrity, but they do. I do, Tom does, Reese does, so do you. For instance, we'll have somebody like, yo, bro, you're so cool, you're so cool, you're so cool, and we'll constantly say that. But this person has never met me in person. If they're showing that level of admiration very early, that also means that they'll show the other one the other way because they're a fan. I'll paint it perfectly.
Yeah, so true. Yeah.
LeBron James fan. They love fucking LeBron James. LeBron James misses a free throw. Fuck LeBron James. It happens right after he misses the free throw. Fucking take 2 seconds. That shit happens to everybody, bro.
Completely.
So if somebody's your fan, they really want to meet, just be careful. Don't trust them with anything sensitive because, bro, this same person will flip the script on you.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen so many times. In fact, there was like these couple, the only people who've ever had a bad experience inside of New Money, right? They were talking shit about me online. These two dudes who were talking shit, they lived together and they met from the group and they made a bunch of money. They made a bunch of money together online and they met from the group and they got this business model from the group and they learned everything from one of the guys in the group. And then they talked shit about me because I didn't reply to one of the guys' messages when I notoriously reply very quickly to messages, but then I must have missed that guy's messages within the other thousands of messages I get. And the guy was talking shit about me. Like, it just shows you that people are fickle. And you don't want to be those people. You want to be friends with those people. You don't see him for a month and it's cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Why would you want to be friends with the guy who needs constant attention like a girl? That's what girls need, like constant maintenance and attention, right? Because it's just the way they're wired and they want to know that they've got you kind of thing.
I only have those friends left because everybody ends up fucking falling off, right? You get to this point, bro. I'm in Bali with people that I met off the internet. Nobody fucking understands what I'm doing right now. And so, yeah, I'm going to spend 7 months away, right? The only friendships that I still have are the people that don't give a fuck about if we're still friends or not. And then when I meet them, it's like, okay, we've only been gone a day and it's the exact same as the last time I met them. That's literally ends up being the only people you meet. I had a phase where it's fucking like literally talking to nobody. It's just fucking business partners.
I think we all had it. What about you? Did you have that as well, Reese?
Yeah, so I've led a very nomadic life just because of the way I grew up. My dad was military, so I moved every couple of years. So I've always kind of lived like that. You know, I'll have a group of friends. I'll fuck off to go take another path. Maybe take someone with me if they're cool. I don't have a problem leaving people at all.
Yeah.
I remember reading something today. I think it was something along the lines of, I don't know if I fully agree with this point, but he basically said there's no friends, there's only people who align with your interests at the time. I'm not sure if I fully agree because I believe that if, for example, let's say you guys, 3 years down the line, you sell Saber, 100 mil. Something crazy, right? Killed it. You boys have been through battle together, war, you've had the best 3 years of your life, right? But then you want to be a monk in Taiwan. You want to be in Miami in a penthouse just fucking 3 girls a day because you just sold it for 100 mil, you're a G. You want to be a Taiwan monk. Completely different paths. Naturally, you're going to become further apart because A, you're in different countries. B, your interests are different now. You're still going to always have love for that person, even if you're not that close, because that person went through something with you.
Agreed.
Like I've had falling outs with people in the past over certain things, but because we've been through certain things in business, that we always have love for each other because we helped each other make money. It was like this first business in this area and like.
No.
So it's interesting. Like, what do you think about that? Do you think
Yeah, so
friends are only it's based on interest, or you think like you can transcend that interest part and become
100%
like
you
boys
can
forever?
transcend it. So I have 2 friends back home left, right? They live completely different lives. They're both married. They have kids on the way. They work regular jobs. But those are my boys forever. I love those guys to death. When I go back to the States, I'll go hang out with them and, catch up. It doesn't matter how far we go apart. The shared experiences we've had, the things we went through together, those are my brothers for life. I don't care about our interests. Me and my friend Ryan have absolutely nothing in common anymore. Literally not even a hobby in common anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That's my brother.
Yeah, that's what I only have one of these people now.
I'm the same. I'm best man for my best mate's wedding, and like he barely even knows about Saber. He's like, "Oh, you've got like a company or something?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, sick." He's like, "Do you want to go get a pint?" I'm like, "Yeah." We just go get a pint. Like I was back home for like 2 months of Christmas, whatever. Met up with him. We just talk about the opposite of what like we would talk about, and that's actually perfect too because like not
It's
every,
nice, it's the balance.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
You also can use it
But
as like a measuring stick.
He's
to see
killing
how-
it though. Like he's got a sick Beamer by all intents and purposes. He's got a sick gaff. He's got like this and that. He's getting married. Like he's killing it in his lane too. He's not a loser just because he's not a money Twitter and he's not in like the money making scene we're in. He's still killing it by all like labels. Like he's in sick shape and he's good fun.
100%. Both of my friends that I'm thinking of, even though they're playing completely different games, they're both excelling at the games they're playing.
Yeah.
Right. So we have that. I guess we have that in common. A drive to do better.
Yeah, fact. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't fully agree with that. Like I think, like you said, I think you can transcend that. Like my friend from back home, I can't remember if I flew him out or he came to Dubai, but he came to Dubai like a few months ago, whenever it was now, and yeah, like it's still, he's your boy.
I feel like there's like 2 approaches you can take. You can kind of take to just like kind of raw dog it, like fun, fucking whatever type of approach to business that we kind of take, where it's just like, look, we just see what happens, easy. We don't take things too seriously and things just kind of click and work out. Or you've got the Hermosi approach, which is like burn all the bridges. Anyone that you were friends with when you were in school, they're all losers now. Get rid of them. Like anything doesn't serve you. Everything's transactional. So what does this guy offer you? Or like he doesn't offer you this. Like sack him. Like
I think
that's too autistic.
I think we're more in the middle though. I think we're all kind of more in the middle.
think,
because
it's a balance.
I had that day one friend. You have 2.
Yeah.
I don't know how many you have. 1 or 2, but yeah, we have that 1 boy or 2 boys that we really like care about. They're our boys, and then now it's like the people we meet nowadays. It has to be kind of transactional because those people you know from school.
Various things.
Okay, various things. So it's like the guy I'm thinking of was school. It's like I can never go back to school and meet another person in school because school's gone. So I think as you get older, the people you meet do become more transactional because you have less time on this planet. You got bills to pay.
I wouldn't retrospectively start axing people just because they're not making 10K a month with an email marketing agency, though, or just because you know what I'm saying, like just because they don't tweet or they got clout, like you have to ax them. But that's the Hermosi approach, I think.
No, that's
it's
just ridiculous.
very autistic.
But also, what I find is usually the people who don't have anything going on naturally we just don't vibe with anyway. So it kind of like it just works out.
Yeah, people fall off.
The higher you go up the chain, there's physically less people that you're going to relate to, right? So that's why it's harder to make friends as you go through your life because there's just less people like you as you ascend through the levels.
Like how many sex icon billionaires are? I'm just kidding. Like me, you know what I'm saying? Just, can't
How
meet
many
other people like
owners
me.
of the biggest supplement company in the world do you know?
But I feel like
only know you and you.
as you go up the ladder, though, you made a good point. It's like there's less people that you can relate to, but I feel like the relationships are stronger because you kind of just have more respect for that person at that level. Where it's like when you're in school, especially being in uni, you might have 50 friends you meet up with on a Friday and on Saturday, and you get drunk and you take drugs and you this and that, and like you're all friends. But like you're only really friends. It's very surface level friendship. It's just because like there's a shared experience of like going to a festival or going this or going that. Take that out the equation. Like, are you actually still friends?
I've found that there's 2 qualities that you really need out of people that are going to run with you. And it's competence and loyalty, right? So we'll start with competence. Competence, you'll meet a lot of people that are very competent. I can go down the street. The guy that owns this fucking studio is an extremely competent guy. He started it, it's very successful, whatever. But will he ever be loyal to me? Probably not. I can also find a lot of people that are super fucking loyal. I could go to somebody, pull somebody out of my DMs right now that would die. He would be like, yo, bro, I love everything you're doing. I love everything you're doing. But he's a fucking shit muncher in the middle of a 3rd world country. He's not competent enough to actually run it. So you need to find both. You need to be the 2 qualities in the same person. And these have to be literally everybody that you surround yourself with. It just so happens when you're growing up, you might find somebody that's super loyal to you. Maybe you guys fucking went and shoplifted together or something. But this motherfucker's a loser and you're not. No hard feelings. You start a business, he doesn't. Like Hassan said, y'all just grow apart, right? And so these 2 qualities are actually extremely rare. That's why it's, when you do find it, it's like, all right, bro, hang on to that because that's the type of person you want as your business partner. That's the type of person you want at your fucking wedding. That's the type of person that if you need to risk everything, you can only tell one person. That's the type of person you trust it with, right? So I think it's super important, but I think it's few and far in between, and that's why the internet is powerful. Like I said, fucking full circle on that point. But
I think people people think about this whole word trust and loyalty wrong, I think, because in general, people think like, oh, I can't trust anyone. No one's going to be loyal to me and all these things. But it's like, you got to kind of view it like, why would this person I want to potentially get into business with snake me? Like, why would one of you try and even snake each other? Like, it doesn't actually make sense. Because if you try and snake him, if you try and snake him, then the rest of the group's going to find out now they all hate you.
Right.
So that physically, even if you are the biggest piece of shit ever, even if Pierre was the biggest scammer in the world and he was the biggest piece of shit, it physically wouldn't make sense. So I feel like you feel more secure in yourself and the relationships you have if you think, you know what, I know this person's loyal. I like his judge. I'm a good judge of character, and it doesn't make sense for him to financially.
But
from a legal point of view, from every point of view.
It's not just that, though. So, like, it's not about will this person dramatically in soap opera fashion stab me in the back when I'm not fucking looking. It's not even necessarily about that. It's like, is this person competent to have my back?
Yeah.
You are going to need people to have your back
Completely.
eventually. It's not going to be super dramatic. It's going to be like, yo, bro, money is tight right now. Can you give me some? If all my friends are fucking poor, no, he couldn't. So now I'm surrounded by broke motherfuckers. I need money. Who am I going to fucking fall back on? I can genuinely say right now, if I got locked up and my bail was $10K, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to get bailed out. They're going to bail me out.
Yeah.
I can say that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Another way the competence comes in as well is it's not always a betrayal on purpose. Some people are just retarded and they'll let things slip that they shouldn't. And now they betrayed you on accident because they're idiots.
100%. It's like I always say. I say there's two types of trust. There's competence trust and then betrayal. Like my mom, I trust her completely that she'll never betray me or has bad intention, but I don't trust her with my crypto seed phrase. She'll stick it on the door. So I thought it's for the letter man,
fridge.
the door man. I know, mom. I've lost
car
money.
windows. I'm just kidding.
So there's two types of trust. Yeah, there's two types of loyalty. You can spin it both ways. But yeah, you wouldn't trust your girlfriend with certain things in terms of competence. Your girlfriend's not going to help you run Sabre. Okay, maybe she can help with some kind of marketing or some kind of whatever. But in general, she's not going to help you with the operations. But you trust her that she's not going to do anything bad to you and she's loyal.
Yeah.
I feel like a big one, as Reece kind of mentioned, it's like a lot of the time it's not even intentional. It's just like loose lips sink ships.
Happened to me in uni a couple times.
There's like so many times you could be in a scenario and some guy's just running his fucking mouth, and especially if there's a bit of drink involved, which is another reason why if you're meeting people off this app, you have to kind of like approach it with, I don't know, is this guy even my fucking friend? Like, okay, he's just DM me, let's link up. Oh, I love your tweets.
But they're not. They're not
he
your
could be
friend.
a fucking.
Just the guy you know.
He could be an espionage job. You don't know who the fuck he's actually friends with, and he's trying to get some information from you. So just got to take everyone with a pinch of salt.
But that shit does happen to us on like, usually people aren't snaking people. 99.9% of the time, that is true. But the time that you're not fucking ready for that shit, you might get people sent to your door. That shit happened on Twitter. And it continues to happen.
Oh,
like,
right.
Like you do want to be prepared for that stuff. But I will say, like a lot of people, they like to say, oh, be prepared, defend yourself, defend your family, protect and provide, protect. Because it's like, okay, they're fucking training for the day an imaginary guy's going to come and walk in their house and rob them and rob their family. But genuinely, the reason they're probably going to die is a fucking heart attack, right? So you should actually just be walking on a treadmill. That's how you're going to protect your family, or maybe get your parents to do that or whatever. That's you protecting. So I will say true, but you also need to fucking watch your surroundings because you will get got. We're American, right? Me and Reece are American. So that shit happens more where we're from.
I'm honestly still 50-50 on whether Hassan's a Mossad agent. Like, I'm not sure.
Honestly, there's people outside waiting to rob Hassan right now.
But the thing is that with this whole loose lips, sink ships thing is that if you're friends with people who don't really have a purpose, it's much easier for them to just talk shit. Yeah. Because they'll be like, because they have nothing else to talk about, because they have no achievements or nothing they're working on. They'll be like, oh, Reece, he told me this, by the way. He said that with his company, he's planning on doing this, this, and that. And now, let's say you're a competitor. Okay, we can do this, that, and that first. Yeah. Oh, your friend, all he did was just say what you're planning on doing with your ads and your marketing campaign, but now they've beaten you first. First mover's advantage. It happened to me in uni a few times. Like I was telling my boy, I was like, yeah, I was in this club last night. I was with these few girls. Like, I kissed these 3 girls and I had a girlfriend, Then he was just talking to this other girl, like this friendship group bullshit, right? He was never my friend. That's the thing. He was just someone I live with. He was like someone
you drank with or whatever.
One of them ones, right? And then she found out. It's just drama. I mean, I didn't give a fuck. But the point is, like, imagine that was a business thing. Yo, bro, my plan is I'm going to do this and that. Now he's told this girl's told this guy's told that girl, who's now my girl,
No, 100%.
Bullshit.
But when I had a trading group, I was 18, I had a trading group. We already talked about this story.
I want to know more about this story. This is fucked.
I swear to God. So this guy joined my group. He was working at fucking Taco Bell. He was a fucking pothead at the time. You look at this guy right now. He has one of the biggest trading groups that I've ever seen. He has different wings like sports betting and stuff like that. He got all the sauce from me.
Wow.
And he's running it currently. Ryan, I know you motherfucker. Guess what? copied me, but it's okay. Now he has everybody in the city fucking looking at him. He's bigger than me on Instagram, so this is gonna make me money. I'll post it and actually tag him. So yeah, that happened.
But yeah, boys, I think to sum up that point, we've talked about that point enough. You need people you can trust. You need people you can do business with. Ideally, you want both, but sometimes you have to just know who's who, and that's fine. We don't trust each other fully yet because we've just met each other a couple of times, right? I'm sure, obviously, these three trust each other themselves more. They live together now. But the point is, we trust each other enough to hop on a podcast, right? Like, we don't trust each other with that crypto C phrase, but we don't need to.
Yeah.
Do a podcast and then just see how relationships develop. So
That's
people
a fact.
overcomplicate everything, you know? Different people for different things. Each person in your life has different use.
It's always an exchange of value. Man.
That is value.
Yeah.
Like, that's value. Even like going out on a date with a girl. Okay, she's not gonna help you with the business, but her value is she's like a little memory for you. That was a fun evening.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on having a girlfriend on the come up? Do you think it's a distraction, or do you think it can add to your life?
A lot of people say that it's like very good for support and all these things. But I think for the most part, most guys listening to this, I think it's actually a distraction for them because it's just going to be arguments for them. They haven't got the money it takes to kind of look after that girl. That extra money they're spending on going top golf with her and go-karting, it should have been spent on the business. I think for the most part, it's a distraction, but it can be very good. Like people like Conor McGregor, it worked out for him.
Yep.
But for every McGregor, I think there's 99 people. For every one McGregor, there's
She
99
needs
people.
props as well, though. Like, she was an extremely loyal girl. Like, it's difficult to get a girl that loyal, especially when you have nothing, you know.
For sure. And I think, but like I said, for one McGregor, I think there's 99 people like that who are trying to do the same thing, who they spend too much money on the girl and then they fall off. And if they spent that money on ads, they spent that money on hiring more staff, the business would have gone good. So I think for most of the time, it's not too good. I think the best kind of thing is like have a couple hoes you can call like once or twice a week. They know they can't really pin you down. But you can kind of just keep finessing it for a few months, and every few months you rotate hoes because they're like, this guy's never going to take me serious. I think that's the best format, I think.
Probably is the best format. But if you do find her, though.
Of course, don't just get rid of a girl you love because, some guru online told you girl's a distraction. Like, no, trust your inner feeling, trust your gut instinct.
Because not only will it do good for you in like marriage or whatever, bro, it would genuinely propel your success 100 times more than it would have. And I'm only saying that because I'm thinking of a couple in my head where the guy was a bona fide fucking loser.
But again, I think that's rare, bro.
It is super rare, super fucking rare.
You know,
but
people
it
say
happens
that.
though. The thing is, the fact that it happens just proves like how powerful that relationship is. So
Right.
you should actually understand that for later in your life.
I agree with that as well.
Know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of people say, once I get married and I have children, then I'm going to go harder. But I know well, not personally because I don't hang around these kind of people, but I know of so many people who do that, get married, and then they slow down.
Yeah.
Because now you have your wife's problems, you have your girlfriend's problems, you have little Timothy's problems, you have to buy him nappies and all these things, and now you have to think about which school you want to send him to. You're not going to be the same killer. Like McGregor, since he had kids, wasn't the same. You know, it's like...
It's very fucking rare because to be clear, you can fucking marry for utility, girl that's going to make you really good. You can marry for a girl that's going to care for you, and then you can find both. Where it's both is super rare. But where it's like only the girl that's going to make you better, now you have a fucking wife who's jacked out on steroids and screaming in the camera.
You got a Layla Hormozy.
The fucking Hormozy wife, the other guy, the fucking Andy Elliott, his
Bro,
wife. I don't want to
Andy
talk
Elliott,
too much
what's
about
wrong
people's
with that guy?
wives, but like, bro, them some crazy motherfuckers. Like, fucking, I
Wives.
spend 5 minutes with my kids. Anything else is fucking gay. I'm like,
No,
yo,
all these
what?
people, like...
Yeah.
The thing is, I like Kamosi, though. He's
I
given a lot
hate
of good
that. That
knowledge.
advice is just so cringe. It's just like they flex in the fact that it's like, I missed my kid's birthday. That's so badly I want in business. It's like, okay, so you're gay and a shit dad. Like, like, what?
No, that's
you,
fucked.
you cuck over money. Like, he's literally your kid.
Yeah.
And it's just like you're flexing that you miss his birthday. It's just like, and he's gonna raise a kid like that, like him too.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
No, that is weird. That shit is weird.
It's weird.
Because like you should have your business in such a way where you can afford to miss half an hour of work.
Yeah.
Like if your business doesn't run without you physically on it, then it's not a business. It needs to be running. Okay, maybe at the beginning it's different. You have to be just turbocharging it, but it needs to get to a point where it can run without you. Well, it's not a business. It's just a high expensive job, high paying job. So yeah, those guys are weird, man.
yeah, they're
But
fucking weird.
back to the Gary Vee point. It's like, the thing is, I like these people like Kamosi. I like Gary Vee. They have a lot of good knowledge. But this whole point of if you're 47, you're young and you can chase your dream. No, you can never be a professional basketball player at 47.
Having
That-
10 mil at 47 is not as cool as having 10 mil at 27.
Of course it's not. Yeah, so it's like you just have to accept that you are a bit past your goals. And that's fine. You can still make the best move, but don't tell people that they're early to the party. Because he'll say you're 47, like, bro, don't worry, Reece, you're fine, G.
Yeah.
Just keep trying things. No, bro, you just...
The thing is, making people feel comfortable like that is genuinely
It's a psyop.
It's a marketing angle.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Of
is.
course it is. That's the only reason he does that. And if Gary Vee was sat next to me to my face now, I'd say, bro, the only reason why you do it is completely because you know it's more relatable to the masses. Hence why you have 10 million followers and I only have 100K because I say it how it is. And you know it.
Yeah.
I'd love to know his reply. Like that's the thing. No one's ever stuck it on these people.
Yeah.
Why?
It's a very
Well, maybe they do,
American
but then the
thing.
Clipper just doesn't fucking post it. We don't fucking know. But.
True.
If you grew up in America, you'll hear it
So
about
true.
80 million times. You hear the saying, well, Colonel Sanders never fried a piece of chicken until he was 84. Colonel Sanders also never got to see his brand develop. So what's the fucking point?
He's dead now, obviously, isn't it? Because it was
Was that?
the guy's dead, isn't it?
No, he started KFC when he was
No, but now
84.
he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Long
long time.
fucking
Yeah,
dead.
yeah. I know the story. Completely. And also, like, would I rather be us or this motherfucker, Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
However you say his name.
I wouldn't want to even be Gary Vee, and that motherfucker has $250 million net worth.
Bro, I'd
Never
much
switch
rather be
places
us.
with Gary Vee.
It's like, who cares about building KFC? It's like, we're not... like, he didn't get any of the happiness for himself. And all this talk about legacy... This is my point. This is my point of view on generational wealth. I believe that if I just focus on my own goals and just live a good life and become rich and become smart, then naturally the lessons and the money and the legacy I'll leave to my children are going to be good anyway.
Yeah.
So why do I need to think about, do I have $50 million sat in this savings account for my son who's going to lose it all anyway because I've taught him nothing, when I could just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like I didn't get shit from my dad because my dad was don't want to talk bad about my dad, but I don't think he was the best businessman, him and my mum, because what they would do is they put a lot of money into property in Lebanon. But I'm not sure if you guys know what happened in Lebanon, like the economy.
Yeah.
In like 2020, there was like this big explosion. I've not been to Lebanon in 4 years, and basically the economy is like massively like gone down, sunk.
It's just those hyperinflation.
Yeah, so those properties are worth way less. And I said to my mum, like, I literally said this to her a few years ago, like 3 years ago, even when I started doing well in business, like, Mum, because I don't speak Arabic, so I'm not fluent in Arabic, so I can't speak to the lawyers and anything. I'm like, Mum, like, if we sell these properties, even if it's worth, let's say, 100K, and I get 20K, I'd rather the 20K now and literally spend it on nothing, like, spend it on, I don't even know, like, anything, because I'm not going to need the money in 5 years, 10 years, because I'm going to be a fucking billion. That's what I said to her.
When the economy crashed, I went over and bought properties.
What?
Yeah, when the economy crashed, I went over and bought properties for free.
Bro, yeah, like, it's just...
Free.
Village on the Sea, bro. Not for free, but it was much less than
It's
this
just that my
shit.
mom was like, no, let's wait. And I'm like, the economy could be bad for the next 50 years. Anyway, I didn't get anything from my dad. All I got from my dad was the lessons. But those lessons were very much like, work hard, work hard. His last words to me on his deathbed were, promise me you'll work hard. A true story.
Damn.
Like, he'd always say that to me, promise you work hard, promise you. Like, that's all he was worried about, is work hard. Because if you work hard, you can solve anything.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I used to see all these like famous and rich people talk about, just work hard, guys, and you'll be successful. I was like, bro, come on, man. Like, give me the secret, G. Like, and as a little kid, I'd be like, give me the secret, Djokovic, Nadal. Like, stop telling me you work hard, bro. Like, I know you're sponsored by Nike, but I want the secret. But like, it actually is. Like, whether you're running a supplement company, whether you're writing a book, it's the same fucking thing. You put more hours in. Because like you said, you do action and then you analyze it. Okay, what do people like about the supplement? I actually really like the bottle, the packaging. I think it looks very slick. I was talking to one of my friends about it. He said, yeah, like this packaging is like basic and simple looking. I said, that's what I love about it. It's like very simple looking. That's what I want in a supplement company. I don't want it to look like,
Some green, yellow fucking...
yeah, like
weird
it's
shit.
black and it looks stylish. That's
Yeah.
good. So keep it like that. Okay, if everyone's telling you they love the packaging, don't change it too much. If
Me
people
and
are saying they
DK.
don't like this pill, make it 1 millimeter bigger. Okay, look into that. Like just analyzing
Yeah.
and feedback.
Bro, me and DK made it from
Yeah.
scratch, by the way. There wasn't even
I believe you, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't even a design where it was like, all right, bro. I'll send it to DK. DK's like, bro, move this to the left like 1 millimeter. I'm like, oh, fuck. We just fucking went autistic on it until
You're not even a designer. You designed the fucking
even a
label.
designer.
And you can just try new things. Like say Easter holiday comes around and they're running a special promo deal, okay? Make all the bottles yellow. Try that. If everyone's loving the yellow bottles, like, bro, yellow bottles are way cooler. It gives me more energy, placebo effect because it's now yellow, it's more power. All right, do more yellow. Like, so easy.
Yeah, it is. It generally meant massive action. Every fucking question I've ever had, the answer was massive action. It was never anything
Mass
special.
volume.
I feel like in terms of getting something up off the ground though, a lot of people just like taking in knowledge and like watching videos and they feel like they're doing something. But then when it actually comes to like, okay, I've just watched like 30 hours of like content from New Money and then you actually have to pull the trigger. That's where people fall off. It's like the first like 2 hours of actual action. They don't mind consuming the content because it's easy watching. But when they actually have to like put in like 2-3 hours of like cold calling, they just fall off.
Yes, so I'll tell you guys what you can do right now as you're watching this podcast, if you're still watching to this point. From this podcast, write down the most memorable parts of the podcast. Go back to the podcast at that point. Clip it up. Send it to me on Telegram or Twitter, one of us, for all four of us. Cool, I'll repost it on Twitter. That's
Yeah.
good. Now you've just impressed me 2%.
100%.
Nice. That's a little in.
Yes,
Little
it's an
in.
in.
But then it's like next video you can do the same.
We'll take it even further. We already have some clippers that are going for us every day as affiliates for Saber. If you can clip up a podcast, make a decent clip and send it to me, say, hey, I made this for you. We will give you an affiliate link. You will get an affiliate link. Bro, $71 per bottle. Sell 5 bottles. Sell 5 bottles.
What's the affiliate percentage?
20.
It depends on the person, but it's going to be 20 most of the time
That's good.
for basically everybody. Yeah.
That's actually good.
Yeah, 25%, bro.
That's actually
20%.
good.
And you're selling a product that's already selling. It's proven.
Completely. And that's the thing. People will sit there and say, yeah, bro, but I can't start a company. I can't start, this. I can't start that. It's like, because I haven't got the money. I haven't got the moral is the physical is 3:1. You could just, you don't start your own supplement company. Just help them grow theirs.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to start your own business.
How much?
Like, these guys aren't trying to do everything themselves. Let's say you were 100%. But no, you're choosing to go 20.
That's all right.
Alright,
We're all in it for equal.
Yeah.
We're all in it for
Sure,
equal.
yeah.
How much is the biggest affiliate, let's say, not the biggest affiliate, like what does a top 1% affiliate make in the supplement industry?
Fucking 100K days.
100K, bro. Figure it out. Sales will get you anywhere, bro. I've been selling for over 4 years. I'm done now, thankfully. But, bro, I did every type of affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing. I did fucking just regular sales gigs, video, non-video, door-to-door, pick call center, bro. I did fucking everything. Every single thing. And so I figured out, bro, it's just the same thing, but I'm selling for myself.
Completely.
What was
And
your
that's-
last offer, actually?
Fucking insurance and vacations. Yeah, both.
That's the thing as well, though. You don't have to start your own business to make money. People have this idea, this misconception that you have to start your own business to get money. So they'll think, okay, these guys currently, these 3 are making money selling a supplement company. Hassan's selling boilers. Hassan has a private network. Hassan works with some influencers. Hassan has these e-com brands with his friend, blah, blah, blah. And I'll go copy this supplement company. Because they'll look at this and think, all right, Pierre just said that he made this in a day. All right, then they'll copy it. You said someone tried to copy a landing page.
They've already.
They'll be like, okay,
They're trying.
Because obviously you can copy this. I'm pretty sure, I'm bad with technology, but I'm pretty sure you can just literally just draw it. Just literally trace it.
To be clear, the label, it took us probably a couple of days, but the label itself, quick, whatever. The fucking supplement itself took us 3 to 4 months to get it.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying someone out there will sit there and think, okay, I'm just gonna copy the label and I'm gonna do everything quickly. The supplement, I don't care about the ingredients. I'll just do it within 1 day. Just put anything in there. That's fine. And then they'll try and copy instead of just sitting there and thinking, I don't have to start my own supplement company. I could just help them. I could run ads for them. I could be the biggest affiliate account and make 10K a month just affiliating. If you make them 50K a month because you get so much traffic running their clips, you get 10K. And I would argue making them 50K a month is easier for you to go and make your own supplement company and make it just 10K. That's what people don't realize. They think, yeah, but I'm only getting 20%. 20% of a bigger pie is way more than 100% of nothing. I'd rather be Elon Musk's number 3 and make fucking zillions.
Logan Paul owns how much percent of Prime? 5%?
No way.
Yeah.
That's not true.
The distro company owns like 60 to 70%.
How much do they own from Happy Dad, the Nelk Boys?
No way. How do
How
you
much
know
do the
this?
Nelk Boys own from Happy Dad? 5%?
Is that true?
5%, 100%.
So
yeah.
look, the distro company owns the vast majority of the companies.
I've all been like 22%, 25%.
Fuck no, way lower than that. Less than 10%.
When you start a real fucking company with a custom product and custom
Because it just
fulfillment and
needs so
distribution.
many movers.
Yeah, bro,
put it in
running
stores.
the actual company is very fucking hard. So to say, me and Reese are probably behind a lot of the fucking different operations. Obviously, at different phases, people are doing different work. Like, as soon as we started actually launching, it was heavy on Tom with fucking marketing, creating content, and pushing the actual product out. But before that, it was really heavy on me, talking to suppliers, getting forward, how are we going to distribute this? And before that, it was Reese making the landing page. And before that, it was DK formulating the product, et cetera, et cetera. When it gets big, it's even worse. It's like, bro, Logan Paul doesn't do much for Prime. Yeah, he's the figure piece, he's the mouthpiece, but it's like the mouthpiece isn't that valuable compared to who's the blood and guts
It's
of
all
this
execution.
company.
It's literally all execution.
Yeah, it's literally like the iceberg meme where you see the top of the iceberg, that's the front end, and then the back end is all of this shit you have to
But then without Logan, though, I'd argue that Prime is nothing. So I'd say 5 is low, though. Is that where did you get that
like
from?
you said, 5% of $1 billion company.
Jeff
You're doing
Bezos
pretty
owns Jeff Bezos owns 8% of Amazon. How much does he fucking own? Like, bruv. And then the enigma here is like an Elon Musk type. Elon Musk owns fucking all of Twitter and like 30% of Tesla or something
Private
crazy.
company, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't Twitter a private
Yeah, it's
company?
private now, but it wasn't private whenever he bought it. He took it private.
Yep.
So it's like, fuck. But most of the time, it's not like that. Most of the time, it's like, okay, this guy owns 0.5%. This guy owns 0.5% here. The key is owning a lot of percentages of a lot of different companies, right? That's where we want to build to.
Or just building the biggest pie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also more enjoyable to do so.
Yeah.
It's like as time goes on, I want to make new money absolutely huge. I want to be in like every industry. I want to be in like food industry, music industry, record label industry, clothing industry, all these different industries, which is like step by step by step. And I know as we move on to bigger industries, like say we sell clothing, I don't want to take 100% of the clothing. What the fuck? Why would I?
Yeah.
Like it's impossible. People think that doing everything is cool. It's not. Like you need people. Like
100%.
people are everything in business. And like that's why I was saying this to Tom in the last podcast, like because remember when you were telling me how to take the supplements, Tom like sent me this big paragraph like how to actually take the supplements before food, this and all that. and I was saying to him like, oh shit, basically I bought it with kind of the intention of supporting you guys and just kind of, I don't even know how to explain.
I was just speaking with so much conviction, like describing like the effects and like what to expect. You're like, fuck, I only bought it to support, but this actually sounds really good.
Yeah, like I was like, oh shit, like I'm supposed to like kind of, you know, like take this. Because I just would have bought it to support, but like now I'm actually going to take it. But the point is, I lost my point. But I guess another point to make is people are just too frugal. They're scared to support people. I actually, honestly, like I did buy it to support. I didn't buy it with the intention, I'm going to take this every day and it's going to give me energy. I bought it to support them, and I thought it'd be a cool little flex on the timeline. Just a flex that's dropped like $900 and something.
But that's a good culture to foster. Isn't like
and I think it makes my followers, like the people who follow me are like I like this energy of spending money because that's what I believe in. I don't believe in like
what you put out, you get back.
Yeah,
even more.
And then it's like I said this to you in the last podcast. If someone asks you about my group or what's Hassan like in person, you'll be like, yeah, he was a cool guy. He keeps it real. Like I just believe it creates this good aura around you. 100%. That's what I am. Like it's
100%.
But now I'll take it. It's cool.
No,
Let's take some now.
Fuck it, yeah. Take
I've never actually taken some because when I was in Dubai, when it came, I left like 1 or 2 days after, and I was out.
Well, you're rocking a no sleep now, so it's actually perfect. Here's 4.
Oh yeah, in one go, yeah.
4 is 1 dose, yeah.
Shit, all right, boys.
Oh shit. Throw some back.
5. Well, I'm not the best at swallowing pills. Let me do one at a time. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I'm a little rookie at pills.
Fucking loosen up.
Boys are going to become more powerful.
Nah, you're gonna throw away the fucking Red Bull cans after you start Saber.
Yeah, legitimately. It's just a way cleaner all day energy.
Yeah, so it has the exact same energy ingredients as Red Bull plus all the other stuff.
If I'm not eating it, it's cool to have 4.
Yeah, easy.
You should probably eat soon.
I eat it on an empty stomach. It's all good.
It's gonna depend on who the fuck you are, to be honest.
110 kg.
30 migs of zinc on an empty stomach
Yeah.
might be a little rough.
But
3, yeah.
segueing this podcast into Fins,
4,
it's going to
fuck
be
it.
perfect though.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to. I'd say we go back to the villa, a little bit of pre-drinking, maybe some more Saber.
What I'll say quickly, by the way, I say it how it is. If I thought it was shit, I actually the first guy to say shit. It actually goes down super easily because normally I'm not the best at swallowing pills. And that might sound like childish, but I fucking hate swallowing pills. They went down so smoothly.
Yeah.
You know, normally like so some medical pills, they kind of get stuck in your throat.
Yeah.
I was hardly having any liquid. It just went.
Yeah, my brother's the same way. It's like an ingrained fucking mental block. Like just can't.
Because I normally don't take medicine. I was like,
Yeah.
if it fixes it, fixes it. If not, I die.
I think it's because we have veggie capsules because most of the regular capsules that supplement companies use are made from pork gelatin. So to stay 100% halal, we went with veggie caps and they go down pretty smooth.
Yeah, 100%.
No, it's genuinely super good packaging. That's my favorite part about it so far because, like I said, I've not had it yet. It's super cool packaging. But the thing I find most fascinating, that's probably, like one of the reasons why I wanted to support was just that, like, I like when people come together online.
You're part of the story.
Because I've seen so many people from my own private network start businesses and they live together now. And like, Hassan, on my mum's life, I have 1,000 testimonies, people telling me their life has changed because of me.
Yeah.
And they're like, bro, you're the realest person on the internet. Because people see, I don't think you guys are in my Telegram, are you?
No.
Am I free
I'm
one?
in your Telegram.
Oh,
I'm in your
okay.
Telegram.
So people see my tweets and then it's like, if I was to rate my Twitter out of 10, it's like, in terms of value, maybe it's a 2 out of 10. But I think my Telegram is a 10 out of 10. Like if you listen to my voice notes, and my YouTube is maybe like an 8 out of 10. So the people who actually listen to my Telegram and then they end up joining my private network, New Money, like there's a lot of knowledge there. So like when I see people change their life, I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. Like it gives me goosebumps. So to see you guys build something like a physical product as well, that's so badass.
Yeah.
You can touch it. It's there.
You need a bigger ball sack to start a physical product
Yeah.
company because it's like, okay, you need 50 grand, you need traffic, and you're in this fucking risk. Go.
If you created a community called How to Build a Personal Brand, because like you guys have all built a nice personal brand, there's no margin, there's no startup cost. That's more ballsy.
Yeah.
But the payoff's also bigger because it's higher barriers to entry.
I also
That's
think
the point.
you've a tweet on this. It's like what you're doing is actually almost more important than how much you make. So it's like if you're like an OFM manager or whatever, and spiritually you know that you're absolutely broke spiritually, right? I know people who don't believe in God will laugh at that, being like, "Wow, spiritually broke," but like that's a real thing for people like us that genuinely care about that. I'd way prefer to be doing something cool. Like,
How does their dad not disown them? Sorry, like
yeah, like what? Like let's say for example, your younger brother. Let's say he's 12 years old. He asks you what you do. Are you proud to say what you do, or are you kind of trying to
I make
finesse
men
it?
come.
Yeah, Are you proud to say what you do? If not, you need to fix that.
even the other day. So I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but I announced on Twitter that I removed the OnlyFans modules within New Money.
Yeah.
So I never taught it myself. I've never been an OnlyFans manager, but I removed it within the group because I just thought as I become more influential, I don't want to basically bring a lot of kids into OnlyFans. To It's bad energy.
Leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Bad
bro.
karma.
Because I'll be real though, like I said this in the last podcast, I did consider being an OnlyFans manager, like manage models, because
Of course,
I
so
wanted
did
money.
I. Jesus.
But I've also considered doing anabolic steroids when I first started gym. I was like, this would be badass. I'm deadlifting 240. No.
Yeah.
Could I get 300? And you start thinking all these thoughts, but then I didn't seriously consider. I just kind of considered it, you know. And I considered selling drugs. I was like, I'd rather have more money than not have money, because my friend who's doing it, he's got
Making a
cool
lot of money.
clothes, and now I'm starting to get older. I want cool clothes because I'm realizing it's important to have money with girls, and it's just cool and all these things. So I think everyone's considered everything, but at some point in your life, you got to sit there and think, kind of, what do I want to be known for? Yeah. I genuinely can sit here now, saying if I was to die today, I know that I've been super real to people, and that's cool for me. Like, I've made a bunch of money, but one of the ways I make a lot of money with now is my private community New Money. And it's not even just the front end. Like, people think, oh, they do the maths. It makes me laugh when they do the mathematics. Like, he got this many members, and this is how much they pay, and da-da-da, and they work it out. He's made this much from this group, and yeah, but you don't know the back-end deals I have with these
way
members.
more intangible.
Yeah, and you don't know how much, like, you don't know in 2 years' time when I could argue I'm worth X 100 million and this group was a big part of it. And then this group and the connections I've got, now I've met you guys, and who knows, maybe in 3 years we'll have a business together. You don't know how life goes. Like, you guys met from Twitter, so yeah, it's intangible. It's intangible. You can't put a price on it. You start on your Twitter account and you could argue it's worth 20 million.
No, 100%.
Easily.
Honestly, we're shocked with how much support that we get on Twitter, especially through Saber. We're like, bro, we thought we would tap it out way quicker, but we didn't. It's still rolling into this day.
We're getting people like Traffic Broker and stuff, just like fucking, like real like OGs in the space just hopping on and be like, they're not on payroll, they're just literally buying it. They're like, fuck no, I legit fuck with this. Like, he tweets like once or twice a week about how he enjoys Saber. Like,
people actually swearing by it, and people actually supporting the things that we say and then taking it to the bank and like repping it. There's people with in their bio, #1 RNL fan. It's like, bro, I was shit posting. I didn't know this was gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? But it's fucking super powerful.
It's like I always say, just do more, think less, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Like, if you post a YouTube video, it could get the most views you've ever got, or it could get 0 views. If we do this podcast, it could get effectively no views, or it could get 20K views.
Yeah.
And then more people would find us for the first time. You don't know. But you just got to do more, think less, you know? And like, worst case scenario, we spent 3 hours talking. We improved our on-camera skills.
Yeah.
We developed our relationships. We
Got clips from it.
we got clips from it. We practiced our speaking. We practiced talking when we're tired.
everything's a
Like, it just
potential
wo-
upside.
Life experience, XP points up. And even if one person fucks with this, like, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you get knocked the fuck down enough times, you eventually have to think that way, or you just stop. You just stop fucking working. That's how it works. Because business is literally just, can you solve these problems again and again and again and again and again and again forever? That's what business is.
We've been told to wrap it up, Hassan, to end it on a
Can I
serious
just gonna
note.
say, bro, we can have 10 more minutes? Yes. Yeah, see, because
All right,
I think we'd have
a very serious question to end off. If your girlfriend ever caught you cheating, would you be able to forgive her?
Charles, this is actually a very funny question. Because last night, this is basically what happened. So I posted on my Telegram a picture of like this girl's leg and my cameraman's hand. Because like, I was just taking a picture of the food, but this girl's leg was in the picture. I was like, what do you mean cheating? Like, my cameraman's here. So effectively, she caught me cheating. Yeah, a little bit of an argument, but
Business meeting.
it's content.
Yeah.
And I'll say, look, watch the YouTube vlog. It's content.
I was on the clock. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
It's work. Because the thing is, girls will just try and, like, because obviously when they're actually a good girl to you, because the thing is, a lot of these losers, maybe their girlfriend will actually be bad women. But when you actually have a really good girl, like, sometimes you do actually feel a bit bad when she's crying because she's actually a good girl.
Yeah.
You're like, surely you don't actually think I'm doing anything bad to harm you or hurt you. It's like, you just want to like tap him on the head, like, I'm not trying to hurt
He's
you.
playing PR right now.
Look,
Political answer.
I actually sometimes do feel a little bit bad, but I still do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But answer the question though. Like,
Would you be able to forgive her?
Would
for
I
caught you
forgive her
cheating?
for catching me cheating? Yeah, I would forgive her, but it's a good question.
I thought you were gonna try to dodge the questions. You had to fucking ask it again.
I would forgive her, yes.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's unforgivable, honestly. Gotta throw her out, get a new one.
Yeah, I can't believe
but
it.
yeah, I think that was a pretty successful pod.
Yeah.
All things considered.
So
We run for 10 more minutes. Fucking bang out clips, something.
Yeah, just bang out
Yeah.
clips. This can even
Someone,
be a...
yeah, someone just whip up the phone and get some takes.
What are
That's
your
like
thoughts
fucking-
on vape pens, Reese?
I am a degenerate vape user, but don't do it.
Vaping is literally just gay cigarettes.
It's essentially inhaling TikTok. It's just fucking gay.
You don't know what vape pens have inside them. If you smoke them, you're just delusional.
Yeah, I'd actually prefer to smoke cigs because at least there's like data of people smoking them for hundreds of years. At least you know you're not going to end up in a fucking wheelchair.
Grandpa smokes 2 packs a day. This man's pushing 75. Oh,
Yeah.
it's fucking fine.
How many human beings do you think it would take to take down a gorilla in a fight?
Me. Next question.
4 bottles of Sabre.
So I would say me with 4 bottles of Saber. Yeah, I'm taking the entire zoo.
Yeah. We gave a monkey a bottle of Sabre at the monkey forest, and he went on an absolute fucking rampage.
Turn into a gorilla.
Yes.
Fuck.
Let's see. What age do women expire?
I think like what expire and they're still single, or because let's say you found the girl. Let's say you're both 20. You found her at 20. You're 20, and now you're 35. Is she expired? Or
What age are they not hot anymore, Hassan? You know what we're asking.
They definitely passed their prime. I think at 30.
19.
I don't know though. This is actually interesting on Twitter. I think there's like this thing on Twitter where everyone says like 19, 19, 20. But there's a lot of girls who are actually hotter at like 25 than 19.
Depends on where you're at. In the U.S., fuck no.
Yeah, I
Here in
agree with-
Bali, you'll see 30-year-olds who are still hot. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I really think it depends on how the girl carries themselves. The thing is, if you have to ask for my actual opinion, I'll explain the nuance behind it, obviously. But like, because it's social media, I feel like it's just more clippable to say they expire at 21. But it's just like, I don't know, because I actually heard Luke Belmar say this, and I don't agree with everything he says, but I like this point he said. He says, if you're going to be on the internet, you should kind of be proud of who you are and what you say, and actually fuck with that message. I'm still going to say some clippable stuff, but I think
I'm also
that,
going to say some shit that I'm proud of.
yeah, but you also want to say things you actually believe, because there are a lot of people who watch us and they actually take every word for
Yeah, word for word.
literal. So I think you have to explain the nuance, because 17-year-olds, especially with this TikTok brain now, bro, like they listen to a 27-year-old like you.
I'm
They're
being real.
literal-
This is like a balanced perspective. I don't even think I would even have a lot in common with a fucking 18-year-old, 19-year-old girl. It would piss me off talking to them. I actually prefer like someone that's like maybe a little bit older, 25, 26. Like, I don't know, is that controversial?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that
Like,
if
I
you just
couldn't
sit there and
imagine
do like a
going on a
zerka
date.
and you say, oh, every girl above 17 is expired.
Like, I'd fucking hate to go on a date with an 18-year-old. What the fuck am I going to talk to her about?
Yeah, I'll
All
be
right,
honest.
more
they're fucking
19-year-olds
annoying.
for me. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Just kidding.
Let me actually make a point that I've never seen anybody make, because you mentioned 17-year-olds. If you are 17, 18, 19, male, you should get with a couple of girls that are 25, 26, 27. It'll teach you a lot about life. Yeah.
Yeah, like I actually say this. Dating girls is actually good life experience. It's just more stories, more memories. You understand how it works with money. You understand the importance of money in a relationship. You understand the importance of not having money in a relationship. You understand the importance of how they slow you down, how they can motivate you in some ways.
You understand the totem pole as well, like where you sit on the totem pole. Like when you're younger, and maybe there's a guy like a year above you. Let's say you're in school. Like the older guys always had an edge, right? Because they're the older guys. They've got maybe they drive, you don't. They can drink, you don't, etc.
Completely, but I also think it's a good like little litmus test for you guys. Next time you're out with a girl and you're walking out, because every guy knows it subconsciously. When you're out, see how many guys you think are actually better than you. Because when I was like 19, when I was out with my girl, and I saw a guy, let's say 25 with money, I think like, no, he's objectively doing better. But now it's like, I actually genuinely hand on heart don't ever have that feeling anymore.
Legitimately do this. Let's say I used to live in London, right? Tier 1 city. Walk into like Oxford Street, middle of the street, at like fucking 2 in the day, and look around. There's no competition.
No, genuinely, we're not saying this.
Legitimately no competition.
Yeah.
Like, look at a guy that's in shape, whatever, fucking wearing nice clothes. You can tell he's got a bit of swagger, a bit of money, whatever. There's no one, bro. They're all bums.
No, and the people who know each other, we're all online.
Yeah.
Because online is like, it attracts the best talent. So that's what's cool about personal brands. The people who are actually the coolest in real life, they usually build a big personal brand. Besides some crypto nerds or whatever. In general, like, we must be the coolest guys on Twitter because you have the biggest
Easily.
brands. No, like we actually are though.
100%. No question. No doubt about it. If you're watching this podcast, you are
Undoubtedly.
You're
Right?
simply less cool. If you're not in this room, you are less cool. I'm talking to my friends too when I see this. You.
That
are
is
less
true
cool.
though. Because otherwise you'd be in this room.
Exactly.
There would
If
be
you were
another
cool,
sofa
you'd be
for
here.
you.
Yeah.
It's completely true.
Did you get invited to this podcast? No? Sorry, buddy.
You're not that cool.
The thing is though, it is actually a very good litmus test because if someone sends you a DM and you ignore them, you're basically saying, I'm too good for you. To some degree, right? Because if Elon Musk sent you a message, you're 100% replying to
The
it.
thing about Twitter is that everyone sees everyone's DMs. Like, I guarantee you, even though you have 100K, I guarantee you see every DM that comes in.
I do see a lot. If someone called John62 sends me a message, I'll quickly
Well,
brush over it.
but
if
your
someone
brain is
memorable-
choosing not to see that though. But
Precisely,
you're
yeah.
still seeing
Yeah.
it. Like, the thing with Twitter is like you can literally DM fucking a guy with 1 million followers. He'll still see it. Like that's such a rare app. Like
Yeah,
you know, like
it
whatever
is.
about on Instagram, that shit might get lost. In
I
the
reply to
fucking
a lot
world.
of DMs with people like 25 followers,
Like,
just
you-
because I feel like being nice.
You can
that day.
legitimately reach out to a verified multimillionaire on Twitter. Like it's super easy. They will see your message.
If they think you're a shit muncher, they'll gloss over it and forget about it the next 5 seconds. But
Yeah.
if they don't, they'll read it and
Yeah.
they'll open it and answer you and shit. So it is all hierarchies.
All right, we got to let our engineer eat his lunch. So let's wrap this. Plug your shit.
You guys go first.
SaberSupplements.com. SaberSupplements.com, first of all. Twitter, at reecethebrah.
Twitter, Pierre_Kutani. We all fucking run Saber, so plug Saber 3 fucking times. I don't give a fuck. SaberSupplements.com.
SaberSupplements.com, closingusd on Twitter. Easy.
MrOverpaid on Twitter. MrOverpaid on what's the other platform?
YouTube.
Hassan Overpaid on YouTube. Hassan Overpaid on TikTok. MrOverpaid on Instagram.
Yeah, fuck
You
it.
guys should promote your IGs as well.
Yeah, I'm Pierre Kutani on everything. Pierre, last name Koutani. Every single platform.
Instagram, I am reece.c_. I need to get that changed.
Also, let me just say something. If you're wondering if that account of Reese's is fake or this account's real, which one's real or which one's not, look at the mutuals. Why do
Fact.
people send me 10 DMs a day saying, Hassan, is this your real account? No, bro. It's not. There's no
If
mutual.
you're getting finessed by dumbass fucking fake accounts, like
I don't know what to say to these
I gave
people.
2K to this account. They said they were like, you are a retail.
That's happened to me a couple times.
But
I'm
you
like,
are
bro,
a
like,
legit retail. You're never gonna make
I'm
it.
not going to... This guy is selling you on some Forex program, and I literally tweet all the time about how I lost all my money in Forex, and I hate it right now. No, it's not me trying to help you set up a MetaTrader account. It's not G.
You deserve to lose all your money.
Yeah,
It's Beer. He's the one.
Yeah, it's me. I'm scamming everybody.
But anyway, so we're gonna go to Finn's now and continue this podcast. And yeah.
Time to start drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, boys,
Cheers,
take
guys.
care.
Cheers, guys.
Make sure you subscribe to whoever's channel this is on.
Fact.
And actually, I want to finish off, actually apply this knowledge, because none of us, when we're being humble, will admit it, none of us are actually special. We just fucking acted on it. We met up with other people who were also smart. We worked together, and we just built shit together. Do more, think less.
Fact.
Saber Supplements.